5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Ben Brust and Brad Nordman.
It is a great day to be alive on this Friday. Kyle Brust and Nordman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust here, live from Marcus Point. Excuse me, I was in Marcus Point last week. We're at the Majestic. We're in Brad's hometown.
This is my old stomping grounds. Many a movie dates here, boys. I even think
movie dates.
Maybe movie
first
dates.
Kiss.
One of my first. There might have been a kiss or two in this.
The
theater.
middle school smooch.
That's right. A couple of those early middle school, high school days. For one of my first dates with Lexi, actually, right down the hall, we saw Avatar in January of 2010. Boy, does it bring back memories. Good to be here at Marcus Majestic Theaters.
Yeah, we are at the Marcus Majestic Theaters because I'm super excited that a Road at Night, a documentary chronicling Howard Moore, former Badger player and assistant coach, had a tragedy happen in his life, but they've made a powerful documentary that was shown in Madison, and the opportunity to have it air in the Milwaukee area at the Majestic is super special. So go to roadatnight.com to get your tickets. I will be on a panel tomorrow after the 4 p.m. showing. Myself, Brian Butch, Matt LePay will be talking through some stories and talking with you after the documentary. Back at the Gruber offices, One Call, That's All Studios, is Kyle Wallace. Looking fly today, Kyle. How's it going?
Thank you. I appreciate that. Looking real fly. It was weird hearing y'all talk about kissing in movie theaters as middle schoolers, and now that I am significantly older than a middle schooler, I think it is quite disgusting that kids at the age of 12 and 13 and 11 are kissing each other. That's actually pretty gross.
Well, I'm not sure if it was that young. I think I feel like
it's like the 13, 14, 15.
Yeah,
still
middle
gross.
School, it felt like a big thing to just I remember even the first time I ever put my arm around a girl. Did the kind of lean back, and I'm gonna do it back right
Grease,
now.
the John Travolta?
I leaned back, and
you didn't do the John Travolta.
What was the John Travolta?
In Grease, he does this, and then he slides his hand down.
Yeah, that's dirty, John.
But
there was no better feeling.
Brad.
No better feeling than when you take the risk, and then she just leans right in.
in.
Oh, boy, that was the best feeling.
Hey, Lexi, don't listen right
Yeah,
now.
Lexi, turn it up.
No, this is my problem is that, Ben, you have a daughter. And I don't want a daughter. I want a little boy putting his hand on my daughter. My little boy trying to kiss my daughter. Hell no. Like, imagine that. Like, we think when we were 15 and 14, we thought we were so old, we knew everything. That is a child. Ugh.
Kyle's going to be the dad that, if he has a daughter, she's going on a movie date to the Marcus Cinemas. We're going to the 7:05 showing of Avengers 12, then Kyle buys the same ticket. He's in the back with the shades, eating the popcorn, watching his daughter just to make sure that she's not
with a scowl on his face, doesn't watch the movie, just popcorn, grab popcorn, stare, grab popcorn, stare.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Ben, you just did to John Travolta. Like, that's crazy.
To Brad.
I know to Brad, but you were asking him if he did it in or in middle school or high school. Like, this is what these kids do?
I don't know what the kids. I don't know what the kids do.
No, I know what the kids do because I know what I did. Now I think about it. Boy, oh boy, I shouldn't have been doing that.
Now I know what I've been doing. Oh, man. 800-990-3776 is the Carvelous Talk and Text line. Liz is more. Happy Friday to everybody. We're on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. We will shift the conversation to what middle schoolers do at their time while getting to know each other into a Brad Nordman idea that I'm excited to hear from KBN Nation again at 800-990-3776, the Carbless Talk and Text line. Bradley?
Yeah, I was thinking about, sports, and we're going here to the Marcus Majestic Theater. I started thinking about, boy, we sure have our share of entertainment when it comes to here in Wisconsin sports. And I was thinking to myself, guys, I want to hear from you two, and I want to hear from KBN Nation. What is the movie you would most like to see when it comes to Wisconsin sports? And there's a lot to choose from. There's the Giannis and the Bucks drama that would be unfolding in front of your eyes. There'd be the summer fun, like the lighthearted comedy summer movie that would be the Milwaukee Brewers. There's the the tragedy that the Green Bay Packers season always is. I'm curious what you guys think, because for me, man, put me down for a lighthearted summer comedy feel-good movie that would be the Milwaukee Brewers. I can just see it right now. I can see, the baseball montage go into classic rock music as they're, you getting the grounder and you throw him to first and he's out. You got
Euchre's voice.
Euchre's voice. You've got sort of the hard-shelled manager in Pat Murphy, but you see the heart warm over the course of the movie. George Webb's burgers. You got old, you got young, you got everything to walk away. Because when I go to a movie, I want a feel-good movie. I want to walk away feeling good, and that's what the Milwaukee Brewers do for me. And I even think about, there's no movie complete without an arch nemesis. That's, of course, the evil Chicago Cubs and Craig Counsell. And, of course, this last season, that movie would end with, even though it didn't end in a World Series, you walk away with a happy ending with beating the Cubs and beating the Chicago Cubs and Craig Counsell. So, to me, give me the feel-good summer movie that is the Milwaukee Brewers.
All right, 800-990-3776. What Wisconsin sports documentary would you like to see made so you could watch it in theaters? We are at the Majestic in Brookfield right now. It's Kyle Bruston-Ortman. I'm going to jump in, Kyle. This is easy. This is so easy. So there was a documentary that came out about Aaron Rodgers' enigma. I want both sides. I want Goody. I want the Jerry Krause. I want Mark Murphy quotes. I want the whole saga. I want the FaceTime issues trying to get a hold of him. I want it all. I want COVID toe Rodgers. I want it all. I want that 2019 when he arrived with Matt LaFleur through the end of his departure, the view of the Packers when they drafted Jordan Love, when Rodgers was 4 fingers deep in a tequila, told Pat McAfee on the Pat McAfee show that he was really hoping they would maybe go outside of the Packers' way in the first round and draft a skill position player. Well, they drafted a skill position player, but it was his eventual replacement. I want that from both sides and all the figureheads on that documentary. That, to me, would be cinema.
That'd be juicy.
Yeah, for me, the documentary would be called 30 Destroyed in 30. And that means 30 years of football built up with Wisconsin Badgers with the great Barry Alvarez, all destroyed in 30 games by Luke Fickell. The drama, the fall of the Badgers, how the Badgers went from a program that was knocking on the door of getting into a playoff all the way to now they're bottom feeders, knocking on the door, being at the bottom of the Big Ten. I want to see the behind the scenes. I want to see this documentary start with all the hype, with the launch and everybody excited. Myself,
the fake punt from Brad Nortman.
Yeah. Everything. Ben Bruss, we're all excited about Luke Fickell coming in here and him being a complete dud, all the disaster behind the scenes, them begging and pleading for money, or I should say Luke Fickell not actually hitting up high schools trying to get these recruits in, and just the fall of the Wisconsin Badgers behind the scenes, conversations had between Mac and Luke Fickell sitting there saying, oh my gosh, did you hear what all these people said on the radio about our failures as leaders of the Wisconsin Badgers football program? I want to see all the
That story's not done, Kyle.
No.
They have a soft schedule and a portal class coming in.
The story is called The Fall of the Badgers. The Badgers have fallen in 3 years under Luke Fickell, and I want to get a documentary to really dive deep into what went wrong. How did we end up here? Oh, it will be so good. You can have Graham Mertz talking about why he left, Chimere Dike talking about why he left, and now all of a sudden he finds himself doing well in the NFL. I want to find out from Jim Leonard how he feels about everything. I want all the juice. I want to find out from all those recruits that came in. I was excited to be happy. I was excited about like Mordecai and guys like that. I want all the juice. I want all the tea. I want all the knowledge on what went down and how the Badgers fell. And also, I want a special on Squat Fest, how it did nothing for the Wisconsin Badgers on the field.
Our guy, Rich Pecker in Spread Eagle, right on Highway 69, he's driving right now, he says, is the Brett Favre documentary. The good, the bad, the ugly of one Brett Favre.
That's a little bit of everything in there, that's for sure. So you guys want the drama. You guys want to be a little bit uncomfortable as you watch,
yeah,
huh?
I wouldn't be uncomfortable.
Well, that's true. That's true.
The cinema of getting both sides from Rodgers and Goody and Murphy.
Oh,
and,
especially Goody. If Goody would just share all.
Pancha Karma, Darkness Retreat, Ayahuasca. There was three main Aaron Rodgers life-changing events that happened. Obviously, then he came back and went scorched earth on the Packers on how they treat the veterans and Jordy Nelson and how he was lowballed on his offer when he wanted to take a pay cut and be a Green Bay Packers, went to the Raiders, had a decent season, but would have been better with the Green Bay Packers. I want it all. I want it all.
And I think about Kyle's. I think about if you got a microphone in front of Paul Christ for a tell-all on how a absolute travesty in letting him go, but letting Coach Fickell and this program continue to exist. It's just, there's been so much drama, and the more I think about it too, I'm going to stick with my Brewers one, but the Giannis Bucks saga would be another one that I would love, because there's so much gray area. It's so murky. Was it Giannis pulling the strings? Was it John Horst? Is he asking for a trade? Is it not? I feel like there's so much more drama below the surface, and we're seeing it bubble right now because of all the things that Giannis is saying to the media about, pointing to free agency and pointing to different teams. So there is so much drama that I just want to see the behind the scenes of.
That would be good to have a camera, especially with the way Giannis is talking right now. I mean, that man is singing like a bird. He's not hiding his feelings. He's not hiding where he wants to be whatsoever. He's being cryptic, but he's definitely letting everybody know he's interested in leaving the Bucks. That would be really good the way he's singing right now.
800-990-3776, the Carbless Talking text line. What documentary of a sports standpoint would you want to see? We got, as Kyle said, the fall of Badger football. I want A Complicated Fella as the title for the Packers documentary with Aaron Rodgers, Mark Murphy, and the likes. Brad wants the
Summer of Fun.
Summers of Fun.
Summers of Fun. Not just one. They're promising many fun summers.
The golden era of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yes.
Is that too positive for you?
No, that's I love
it. Is. We're in the golden era.
We
and
are.
The news, obviously, is Pat Murphy extended as the Milwaukee Brewers manager. Well-deserved, two-time NL Manager of the Year, back-to-back after taking over from Greg Counsell and just not missing a beat with these Milwaukee Brewers. Are we missing anything? 800-990-3776.
I'm trying to think. I mean, there are the recent drama of sports teams is just unbelievable. I would love a Barry Alvarez early 90s one, though. I want to see how he took basically a program that was non-existent, had no tradition, no character, and in just a few seasons turned them into that 94 Rose Bowl. Anybody that was alive during that time that is still alive today that I've been able to ask, what's your biggest, best?
It's always that first Rose Bowl.
It's always
anybody that's alive today.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you ask them, because we've had a lot of success as a Badger
program.
players
or fans?
Anybody, honestly.
Okay, well, say these players ain't that old now. I know some of them died, but...
Yeah, there's probably a birth year that you'd have to put in when you're asking people. I think anybody born in 2005 and later probably would not think back to the 94 Rose Bowl.
Yes,
this is why any movie about Wisconsin sports that focuses on the roaring 90s, that's one that would be great. Brett, we were born in a perfect time in this state because everybody started getting good in the 90s. I'm talking about the Wisconsin Badgers got good. The Packers were good. Badger basketball went to a Final Four.
Back-to-back in a national championship game. Come on, get it right.
No. I'm not talking about...
2000?
Yeah, I'm talking about that team. And then on top of that, the Milwaukee Bucks started getting good as well. They got Ray Allen, Big Dog.
Still
No, I'm talking about the 90s. The 90s. That's when we started trending.
Like the Glenn Robinson days.
Big Dog.
on the Carbless Talking text line, this is great. I want to hear the real Rodgers inside Aaron Rodgers talking to all of his ex-girlfriends.
That is good.
That's juicy and
that
good, Bill.
Is very
Chef
good.
Ed, easy for me. The return to glory, getting Favre, Reggie, and bringing Lombardi back home to Green Bay.
Oh, those 90 Packer teams would be another feel-good documentary. It really would. I'm surprised. I guess Favre sort of had a documentary. I'm surprised no one's taken that, though. Sort of like the rebirth of the Packer program in the 90s, because there's so many big names, and it was full of so much fun. And even the coaching staff. I mean, Holmgren and Mariucci and Gruden and Andy Reid. I mean, there's just so many people that would be huge contributors.
Let's go to Josh Kenosha on the Carbless Talking text line. Josh, a Wisconsin sports documentary you would want to see made.
Okay, well, caveat here, it's not for me. It's something Strofe would like, and that's something about Doug Gottlieb.
Okay, yeah.
Doug Gottlieb story.
I'm good. That could, Josh, you're right.
I know
that
he's
is
not
for
here,
Strofe.
but
because that would be
Strofe.
aired in a cinema in Green Bay at Theater 16.
Yeah, the 11 a.m. showing on a Tuesday.
Thank you, Josh Kenosha.
Good stuff,
I
Josh.
want to take this a step further. Because, Brad, I don't know what you had for breakfast. Will you have the same thing for breakfast? So I don't even want to know.
It's oatmeal, of course.
Whatever you woke up and had today might have had a little more sugar in it. Because what fictional football character from a movie would you place on this Green Bay Packers team? Coach Boone? You want him to coach?
I do want him to coach.
Coach Boone, you want him to coach?
I want him to coach.
I don't want to give away some of the others because I do want to hear at 800-990-3776 the other suggestions as well. Who would you want from a football movie, one player, one person, to put on the 2026 Packers to make an impact? Oh, there's so many good ones.
There's so many good ones.
Kyle Brust-Nortman live from the Majestic in Brookfield, a roadatnight.com. Get your tickets for the showings for the Howard Moore documentary in Milwaukee at the Brookfield Majestic. Kyle Brust-Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin continues next.
This is Kyle Brust-Nortman
Do you think? No. Nope.
on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Half of American parents cannot afford diapers. Hi, this is WTMJ's Kristen Bry. This spring, WTMJ and the Milwaukee Diaper Mission are teaming up to change that. Join me for WTMJ Cares Bowling for Babies, where we will raise funds for Milwaukee Diaper Mission. Register to bowl with us on March 7th at Village Bowl in Menominee Falls. Registration is now open. Go to WTMJCares.com to sign up. Act quickly, teams will fill up fast. It's WTMJ Cares Bowling for Babies to help the Milwaukee Diaper Mission.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, and 0% financing for 36 months plus $500 off your project. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
With your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, I'm Will Summers. This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Wisconsin Lutheran junior forward Cager Knippel. Knippel delivered the best performance of his season, pouring in a career-high 31 points while shooting 63% from the field, marking his 3rd straight game with at least 15 points as the unbeaten Vikings continue their dominant run. The younger brother of Charlotte Hornets rookie star Con Knippel, Cager has drawn significant Division I recruiting interest of his own as he continues to elevate his game for Wisconsin Lutheran, who remains undefeated and nationally ranked as the postseason approaches. Congratulations to Cager Knippel, your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Come grow with us at Glenroy. For more than 6 decades, our family-owned company has built its reputation on quality, reliability, and providing strong career opportunities in our community. As the packaging industry rapidly grows, so does Glenroy. Here, you'll find competitive wages, a clean, modern workspace, fully vested 401k, yearly bonus award, and the chance to build a manufacturing career with purpose. Apply today at glenroy.com/careers. That's GLENROY.com/careers.
Your taste buds are in luck. The Reuben is back at Cousin Subs. Try this classic sub grilled to order just for you. Stacked with corned beef, Wisconsin Swiss cheese, and sauerkraut topped with Thousand Island dressing and served on rye bread. And our delicious mint shake is back. Both the Reuben and mint shake can be ordered via the Cousins app or online for a limited time only. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Why DIY your frozen pizza toppings when Screamin' Sicilian already went over the top for you? We're talking whole milk mozzarella, heaps of premium meats, a mountain of veggies. Screamin' Sicilian is frozen pizza stacked, no add-ons needed. Mamma mia! Screamin' Sicilian, so loaded with toppings, it's almost cheating. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section and taste what all the screamin' is about.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after. An in-depth recap of every Bucks game. In 6 minutes. No more? No less. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. If you missed any of the game or just want to relive the biggest moments, Bucks in 6 provides game recaps every morning after. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis or the deep threes from Miles Turner. And catch the comments post-game about what happened on the court. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Some answers are already coming in right now to the question, what fictional football character would you place on the 2026 Green Bay Packers? Coach, GM, owner, Any Given Sunday comes to mind. You also
I
have
love Any Given Sunday, boy.
Willie
Beeman, baby.
Willie Beeman be steaming, Kyle.
Saw that movie in the 5th grade. Should have never saw it.
No, you did not.
Bro, it might have been the 4th grade. My friend's birthday party, his uncle took me and my friend to the movie to go see it. Boy, I saw some things I wasn't expecting, but that's when I knew. That's when I knew what I wanted in my future.
That's how you know why you did some things in middle school at the movie theaters that you're thinking about right now. You're like, wow, I did that. It's Kyle Bruston Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin, live from the Majestic in Brookfield. This is a really cool documentary that's started in Madison. It's now here at the Majestic. A Road at Night. Go to aroadatnight.com. It documents the tragedy and great story all within Howard Moore, former Badger player and coach. So again, aroadatnight.com. All tickets will go help to Howard's long-term care. I will be on a panel at 4 o'clock or after the 4 o'clock showing here at the Majestic tomorrow. Okay. That was a hot start with Kyle on Any Given Sunday.
Wow.
Great movie.
The only answer, Bobby Boucher. It's Bobby Boucher. It is Bobby Boucher. You get Bobby Boucher with Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons will look like the 50th best player in the NFL. Bobby Boucher would be number 1 in Pro Football Focus for pressures.
I think he would. And I think Bobby Boucher, everyone else in the water boy, they were starting to imagine their worst fears. Imagine what that would do for Matt LaFleur. He'd look across the sideline, no longer be intimidated by those head coaches.
Well, right now he might be looking at Kyle Shanahan and turning into a baby like Mr. Coach Klein does.
Yes.
And then he figures it out later on,
Yeah, I think the Packers do need a little bit of Captain Insano energy, right?
Insano.
Captain
That's right.
Insano. But Ben, you mentioned him before the break, and this is what we need. This team needs leadership. They need toughness. They need Coach Herman Boone from Remember the Titans. Denzel, of course. Honestly, too, how about this quote? This quote always gets me. We will be perfect in every aspect of the game. You drop a pass. You run a mile. You missed a blocking assignment, you run a mile, you fumble the football, and I will break your foot off into your John Brown hind end. and then you will run a mile. I mean, this is what this team needs. Matt LaFleur, look, he's great, and I love the offensive mind, but they need toughness, they need accountability, they need someone to bring them all together, because that is indeed what Coach Herman Boone did, both in real life and on the movie. So they need a tough leader. I think you would see the best out of everybody coming together, and there'll be another level of edge and toughness that the Green Bay Packers haven't seen. Sign me up for Coach Herman Boone. Remember the Titans.
What exemplifies more toughness than a guy that got it out the gutter? You know, one thing I miss about these NBA players and their story and these NFL players in their story is I miss the story of them having to get it out the mud. Nowadays in the NBA, everybody comes from a good home. Everybody's been trained up and coached up. I want somebody that's a little rough around the edges. And who's rougher around the edge, more rough around the edges than somebody that's been locked up in prison? And that's why give me the running back, Earl Meggett.
Oh.
From the longest yard. Give me Nelly in the backfield juking. Because I love me some of our running backs.
It's not a position of need, Kyle.
Listen, I love me some. We need Brad, excuse me. How many players did Pro Football Focus have in the top 100 that were skill position players on the Packers?
That would be 0.
Okay, then. I know my boy would definitely be the mean machine, would definitely be doing some big things for the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, man, there are so many that I'm stumbling into right now. 800-990-3776. What fictional football player could be on the Green Bay Packers and make an impact right now? How many times have we talked about special teams?
Oh,
who's one of the best special teamers in fictional movies? This is a deep poll.
Who do you think?
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump!
Dude, he took the kickoff at Alabama.
That's right. He kept on running
right
out of
the stadium.
Oh, my gosh. Forrest Gump.
We need a kick returner. No. Forrest Gump would be running out of Lambeau Field.
Well, and if we're talking about special teams, well, I think the kicker from The Replacements, Nigel Gruff. Remember Nigel Gruff from The Replacements?
Smoking cigarettes, gambling debts, doesn't matter. Kicking that ball through the pipes.
Piping it. I mean, he'd be making Brandon Aubrey look like he's kicking short kicks with that strong leg. Nigel Gruff, kicker from The Replacement. That's who the Green Bay Packers need.
I forgot that Forrest Gump did that in that movie. It's been so long. That movie is such. I mean, obviously it's fiction.
There's so many different parts of it, but yes, he was on Alabama.
He was on the football team?
He was on the football team. He took one back, went right through the tunnel.
Forrest Gump,
I believe it was Coach Brown who then had some choice words for old Forrest.
I'm going through the roster of the replacements right now. Fumiko the Sumo Wilkinson at guard.
Oh, the Sumo. All I can think of him is him popping hard-boiled eggs.
I was going to say puking as well in the huddle. Maybe we don't need him. I want the cop, Brian Murphy. I want the cop.
Oh, that linebacker?
He's scary.
Yeah, he was intense.
That's fear.
Yes. That is fear.
That's like Ray Lewis.
Always had like a nosebleed. Yeah,
the cop, and then whoever was next to him was the convict who he was friends with.
That's right.
I want that duo. I want those guys in the middle stopping the run.
Who needs Quay when you got those guys?
To release Quay and bring in the replacements linebackers.
I think, too, Boobie Miles from...
you want to win? Put Boobie in.
I mean, if he would have stayed healthy, he would be playing for the Green Bay Packers in real life. But they need that swagger, Kyle. All those skill position guys. I mean, I love Christian Watson and Jaden Reed and Josh Jacobs, but we need a little swagger back there.
If we want swagger back there, Willie Beeman is the only swagger that you need at quarterback.
You're taking him over your boy Jordan Love?
I mean, Willie Beeman's a champion, baby. What you talking about? I love me some Jordan Love, but I like champions. I definitely like champions. Who was the linebacker from the Water Boy who was on the opposing team? Who the mean one?
The mean machine.
Yeah, put him and Bobby Boucher at linebacker. Boy, you eating.
It feels like we're noticing a trend here. If we're picking all the guys that are tough, are we basically saying the Green Bay Packers are not tough? They need more tough guys, or a little bit more swagger if we're taking Willie Beeman and Boobie Miles?
Exactly. Listen, our defense has Micah and Xavier. That's about it. That's real.
Because we could have said, actually, a real teammate of mine, Mike Orr from the blind side, because the offensive line needs a ton of help.
How good was Michael Orr?
He was really good.
He was
really
actually
good.
pretty good.
Yeah,
in the league
he was
too.
actually good.
I almost feel like that one should be disqualified because he actually is not fictional.
Yeah, he's a real person.
This is fictional.
Yeah, totally. You need
The
a fictional.
Packers. I guess Michael won first round, so they probably didn't have a chance.
I also am thinking about the one of the guards from The Longest Yard that was like really tough, but they started sneaking estrogen pills into him, and they started crying on the field. But before he had the estrogen pills, he was mean. Again, there is a common denominator right now in terms of what they're looking for, and I got a personal talk and text line text. Toughness is a reflection of the head coach.
I was about to say, because even like we mentioned Any Given Sunday, Al Pacino, Coach Tony D'Amato from Any Given Sunday, that dude, obviously he had his issues, but he brought that level of like gruff and tough, and that and a little bit of inside information. His pregame speech, that one where it's
inch
by inch. Mike Tolbert would play that out of his speaker 10 minutes before kickoff of every single Carolina Panther game. If you were to play that, I would still get chills, and honestly, the nerves would kind of surge back. Whatever it is, Mike Tolbert would walk around offering anybody if they wanted those smelling salts and playing that speech. That is visceral memory for me.
I love that speech.
Nick in the 608 chimes in. The head coach from the Varsity Blues. The Packers need a true hard ass and not a pushover like Matty Mouse. Someone who cares more about the team than his appearance.
I thought Matt LaFleur was your friend. What happened?
Friend, we shook hands and
you
were
said y'all
cordial
was
with
cool.
each
That's
other.
your boy. Now you already calling. It took 5 days for the friendship to go away.
Did I say he was Matty Mouse, or did Nick say it?
No,
and then I just read it in my Matty Mouse
no.
voice?
You said he was Matty Mouse, and then you did the voice. The voice was unnecessary. You could just say Nick said it was Matty Mouse, but instead you wanted to say,
but you
Matty
know
Mouse.
It's Matty Mouse.
That's
you
so
know
disrespectful.
That's what it is.
Y'all need to leave Matt LaFleur alone.
Ben can brand like nobody else. It is crazy.
He is phenomenal at that.
Kyle Backpedal Wallace.
Yeah,
Brad
flip-flop.
No
Yeah,
Backbone Nortman.
Gosh. We need to come up with some name for
Alex Stringbean Strofe.
Yeah.
Ben Nose Picker Bruss.
There you go. There you go. You're getting it. So you can do it too in that chair.
Yeah.
You do look a little comfortable in that chair.
I didn't really want to sit here today, but I was demanded to sit here. So.
Wow, demanded?
Well, not demanded. I was nicely told to sit here. I don't feel at home.
What's the winner? There's too many.
Yeah, Bobby Boucher's the winner.
No doubt.
Oh, Bobby Boucher can do everything. We need some crazy.
Hey, Bobby. You see that? You see that man behind there with those painted nails?
Yeah, get him. Get him. Need him for nothing.
Well, I'll say this about Bobby Boucher too. He's
mocking your mama.
Everybody's hydrated, and the Packers have too many injuries, so he's helping everybody stay healthy.
How many times in the second half did we see the defense fall apart?
Yeah, that's right. They're a gas, Kyle. You saw it.
I mean, if Rich Bisaccia can be on the team in 2 roles, why can't Bobby Boucher?
That's right.
Ben, I ain't gonna let you slide on that one. He's mocking your mama with them nails, huh?
That's how you got to get to Bobby, though.
That is,
you know?
yeah.
You come
Why
at
would
his
a man on a football field put on nails other than trying to mock your mama, Bobby?
He's mocking your mama.
That is so good.
I think he actually wrote the letters of your mama's name on his nails. Go get him, Bobby.
Man.
Mandubla oblongata, get hit.
and he's wearing those shoulder pads that are like too big in the collar. Oh, that is the answer. Bobby Boucher.
The nail polish remover, Bobby Boucher.
Ooh, I like that.
800-990-3776. At the I mean, there's so many more, I'm sure. Keep them coming in on the Carbless Talking text line, 800-990-ESPN. What fictional football character would fit in well with the 2026 Green Bay Packers? Live from the Majestic in Brookfield. Go to aroadatnight.com. Tomorrow, there's an amazing opportunity for you to see the awesome documentary chronicling Howard Moore. There's a 4 o'clock showing, which I'll be on a panel with Brian Butch, Matt LePay, talking about Coach Moore after the documentary. So if you have more, send them. 800-990-3776. Oh, man. the nail polish remover, Bobby Boucher.
It's so good. Bobby Boucher, needed on the Green Bay Packers. But, we're here and I'm thinking about movies, and I'm thinking about every time that I want to sit back and relax at the estate or anywhere I'm trying to relax, I'm cracking open an ice-cold Carbless. It's the perfect teammate. It's the perfect companion. If you're watching sports, watching a movie, having fun with family and friends, Carbless is the one that will elevate any circumstance. And not only that, it's a guilt-free experience. Of course, you know this, KBN Nation, but you have to really think about how much of an incredible situation this is for you and your body, and a ready-to-drink cocktail. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, only 100 calories, gluten-free, and a carbonation level that must be tasted to be believed. It's Goldilocks, KBN Nation. It's not too much, not too little. Quenches that thirst with no upset stomach. I don't know how they do it. Only the masterminds in Carbless know exactly how it's done, but it's for us to enjoy. Not only that, Blood Orange. Guys, the 4-pack is out there, but it is sweeping off of shelves. If you see it, make sure you pick it up. It's one of my favorite flavors. It is in hot demand. But if you can't find that, maybe try some margaritas. The cranberry is delicious. And mango on a day like today, it feels like you get transported to a tropical paradise. Carbless is so good. That's why I'm going to head home and enjoy an ice-cold Carbless tonight, because less is always more with Carbless.
Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Bradley Nortman, UKBN Nation, 800-990-3776. Which fictional football character would fit in with the 2026 Green Bay Packers? A whole lot more to get to. Don't go anywhere. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I had a good lunch today. I'm hydrated. I'm ready to go, so don't try me, bro.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Imagine working with a contractor that quits halfway through a project or never calls you back when you have questions. Or worse, takes your money and you never see them again. Unfortunately, we hear about them all the time. Hi, this is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, and Siding Unlimited is absolutely not that company. Siding Unlimited has been doing business for 32 years, proving to be an honest, ethical, and forthright company. If you're looking for the honest guys for your next siding, windows, roofing, and doors project, stop by sidingunlimited.com today.
Many wins. Many wins. Waiting at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. This February, you could break the bank and get down with a share of $300,000 in prizes. Bust out your rewards card and play to earn entries. It all goes down with Thursday drawings. Break the bank. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
It doesn't get any headlines just to be silently good. Big Fish Contracting, we say renovating homes, redeeming an industry.
It's so much more than just, okay, we're replacing your roof.
We're not only educating homeowners, but we're getting to know them and allowing them an opportunity to get to know us. And there's just such beauty in it, you know? If anyone is considering reaching out to us,
or you can check us out on our website, bigfishcontracting.com.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One Collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One Collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush-mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One Collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
There's nothing like Milwaukee Bucks basketball at Fiserv Forum. The dunks, the defense, the roar of 17,000 fans. It's even better when you're with friends or family. From jaw-dropping plays to buzzer-beating threes, every game is packed with unforgettable moments that you'll get to share together. So gather your crew and get your single game tickets today at bucks.com/single. That's bucks.com/single.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, founder of the Neal Group and best-selling author on how to have less stress with the IRS. Happy New Year. Hopefully you enjoyed the holidays and spent time relaxing. Now it's tax time. I know. It's not the most wonderful time of the year, wondering if you are getting a refund or owe, waiting for all the forms to come, and wondering what is deductible. Control the situation instead of letting it control you. Let us help you understand all the new tax laws, how they affect you, and how to take advantage of them. Last year, we helped Janet and Norm go from owing $43,000 to getting a $500 refund. We can help you, too. The first meeting is free. Call now, 414-325-2040, or visit neilgroup.net. You earned it. We help you keep it. That's 414-325-2040 or nealgroup.net.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Yes, Eric in the 414, Nigel, the leg. Gruff.
The leg.
Yeah, the leg would be great as the Packers kicker. I still contest that Forrest Gump would be good as a kickoff returner. Spike from the Little Giants is tougher than most of the current Packers. That's so good. As we were talking about fictional characters that would fit in on the Green Bay Packers in 2026, Ben Bruss and Brad Nortman live from the Majestic in Brookfield promoting a Road at Night. Go to roadatnight.com to get your tickets. It started in Madison. It went well, so we are now able to show the documentary in the Milwaukee area. So Milwaukee Badgers, if you have the opportunity, or if you're not a Badger, I'm telling you, the story is worth it. It's so powerful. It's a tragedy, but they turn it into something wonderful for you to watch. There's some panel discussions. There's one tonight. There is one at 4 o'clock showing that I'm a part of that I look forward to talking with people about Howard and the documentary. 800-990-3776, the Carbos Talking text line. Kyle Wallace is with us, hanging out at the Gruber Law Office, One Call That's All studio. No Strofe, so Chris is running the show. YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. That is so good. Spike from the Little Giants is tougher than most of the current Packers.
What's up with all the disrespect towards Packers? I don't like this. I don't like this right now. This would be a time of optimism, not a time of hate.
Well, do you suggest that our suggestions are wrong? That the Packers wouldn't benefit from these super tough fictional characters?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. As the personal talking text line, one of my former football coaches, he reminded me of the movie The Program, and he reminded me of a dude named Alvin Mack from The Program, a linebacker from the movie The Program that came out in the early 90s.
I got to add that to my viewing list.
Yeah, good movie. But yeah, I mean, I'm not disagreeing, but saying that they're softer than, wasn't that the dog?
Huh?
Who's the dog?
But from the Little Giants, who was the person you said?
Spike.
Was that not the dog? Or am I thinking of a different show?
No. Spike was on the really good team.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of the Rugrats.
Spike. With the good Coach O'Shea's team.
Yes.
Just disrespectful.
Shoot, I'll take the icebox right now.
Icebox.
I'll take the icebox.
She's a tone setter.
Yeah. Come on, Kyle.
Yeah. Have
you seen the Little Giants, Kyle?
I have seen the Little Giants. It's been a while. Remember, he had the glue on his shirt, right? On his hands. Stick them. Yeah.
The peanut butter and jelly and the helmets. So many good moments.
Yeah, they don't make them like they used to.
No, they do not.
I still think I can't get over Forrest Gump running.
Dude, that was such a good pull. That was such
the end zone.
And what a weapon.
What a weapon. A speedster.
Dude, he gets vertical
and
he
he's
goes.
Basically there when Christian Watson gets hurt.
Yeah, exactly. Just send him on go routes.
Go routes.
You
got to respect that. You got to double team Forrest every time he's out there. He's so fast.
He's so fast. He's
so fast.
Fastest man on the field.
Are we missing anybody? I think not. Billy Bob from Zach and the 262.
Oh, wow.
That's Varsity Blues, right?
Yeah, in the protocol.
Airbud, the golden receiver.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Kyle, how can I have fun, man?
No. It is. These are good. I'm going back to watch the kickoff return by Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
In the movie. This movie was
I will say,
else.
too, another sports movie I think of Jerry Maguire. Rod Tidwell, sort of a brash slot receiver.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe not, but, a little of the dancing and all the excitement. I need a little bit of drama in that locker room.
We have
But there's too many receivers.
Forrest Gump
That's the
would be better than Devin Hester.
That's true.
He'd be a Hall of Famer.
He'd be all pro. The Packers need
we're
those
talking
4 to
about
5
all pros.
pros.
We need all
That's
pros.
An all pro.
Bobby Boucher, Booby Miles, Mean Machine,
Coach Boone, coaching him up.
Al Pacino's role in Any Given Sunday.
They're so good.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I'm missing anything on the Carbless Talking text line.
Y'all never seen the movie called, the TV show called The Game, have you? It was a BET show. And
Game.
I don't take you guys for black entertainment television type watching.
Hey, I've watched some Martin on there.
Okay, well, there's a guy named Derwin Davis who was a star receiver on that team that was really, really good.
Again, we don't need receivers. We need mean defenders. Mean defenders. This was to say Rip and Rona. That was it. Rip and Rona chimed in and said, I've been saying this for years. The Packers need more players with character flaws.
Yeah, that is
so good.
But anytime we've talked about a player that has character flaws, there's a standard in Green Bay that they don't take guys with too many things on the resume.
Yeah, I mean, we got to find the right character flaws. Give me the Randy Moss character flaws, not the Tyreek Hill character flaws.
No, yeah, there's limits. That's why Rod Tidwell, just an outspoken receiver, just wants to get paid. Well, that's the other problem, too. Rod Tidwell's an aging receiver that wants to get paid. He would never be able to be re-signed by
Heavens,
Is there any cornerbacks? We need help in the secondary. Where are the fictional movie quarterback?
Only cornerback I can think of is the one who took over. Petey. Petey was a good quarterback.
You want Petey? He got benched. He got benched for lack of accountability.
But then Petey came in and made the big play, did he not?
Yeah, he did. He did make the big play. So made the turnovers. The Packers need turnovers.
Yeah.
Petey went in there and he got a turnover.
You want a guy that can't keep up.
He fits right in. Attitude issues at corner. He fits right in.
Coach, I can't play with these guys.
I will say it is the self-awareness of Ryan Gosling's character that I think some of the secondary needs more self-awareness, right? Because they're getting up in everyone's faces and they're talking trash when their performance.
You got to put Petey in, Coach. I can't hang with these guys.
That's right. It's some self-awareness.
I need Keyshawn.
He said that.
I need Keyshawn Nixon to say that when he's guarding Jamar Chase.
Yeah, Coach, take me out.
Coach, take me out.
I can't do this.
He ain't got nobody else. Bo Melton.
That's the worst part about this. We haven't found the true movie fictional replacement for Keyshawn Nixon.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Keyshawn Nixon's the best one we got.
Wow.
I just looked this one up. I've never Necessary Roughness with Kathy Ireland. She's the kicker. Has anyone heard of this one?
No way.
That's from Sean on the Carbless Talking text line.
There's a lot of sports movies. I thought I had seen them all, but
I know. I'm actually fascinated that there's more movies that I haven't heard of that are football.
Yeah.
That's a really good,
still a good one.
bastard.
The golden receiver.
Airbud.
Again, I go back to the replacements of the cop and the convict that are friends.
What a duo.
I mean,
yeah, that is so good.
Bumps, Coop, and Walker.
I know, and that's saying something.
I can't bump
Coop.
No, I can't do that. As again, these are coming in. The Rock's character from the movie Tooth Fairy. I think he was a football player.
Yeah, he was.
I have seen that. Yes, indeed. Good pull from Tim the Trash Man. Special teams, defense seem to be the ones. And then again, any big offensive linemen are typically not featured unless it's. I don't think I want Billy Bob. Billy Bob's at the strip club.
He can't stay. He can't stay on the field. Too many injuries.
Well, I love the responses here on the Carbless Talking text line, but we probably should move forward to a conversation actually how to fix it, because I think the next question that I have will be answered easily because of the exercise we just did. So there's free agency and there's the draft. And the way the Packers have gone about the draft is sometimes they have a position that they need to really get after, i.e. safety. Evan Williams, Javon Bullard, Oladapo. They went and got guys at the position to make sure they had enough to fill. Even though it didn't work, there was a draft that the Packers drafted 3 or 4 wide receivers. It was the Jamon Moore draft, I think. Maybe MVS was a part of that.
Yep, sure was.
But they drafted 3 or 4 wide receivers. Where do you want a blitz draft? Where do you want Goody without a first-round pick to really take a strong look at drafting multiple guys at the same position group. 800-990-3776. It's Kyle Brust-Nortman live from the Majestic. Get your tickets for A Road at Night at aroadatnight.com, a documentary chronicling Howard Moore, someone who's very close to me. I'll tell some stories about him a little bit later, but just know that the biggest tournament in college hoops is taken over, and Potawatomi has everything you need. Rock and Brews Restaurant, 1100 Bar and Lounge, small bar. Grab a seat in the NX. Drink specials. You have the sports book, dozens of self-service kiosks, full bar and food menu, monster video wall. Become a legend yourself at Potawatomi Sportsbook. Must be 21 years or older to enter. Where should they blitz draft? What position group? Coming up in 2026 with Goody. That's next.
This is Kyle Brust-Nortman, KBN.
Alan, you're now the second person to talk about it on the radio.
Hey, don't be a...
He really hasn't.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some... Why are you throwing... I don't want...
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Join Cousins Club Rewards today. Grab your first sub and your next one could be free. After your first qualifying purchase, you'll earn a free sub and start collecting points for free food, exclusive deals, and even Cousins gear. Sign up today. It's fast and easier than ever on the Cousins Subs app. Earn points online, on the app, or in store. However you enjoy Cousins Subs, your rewards are right at your fingertips. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
At Ewald Automotive Group, we believe in life, liberty, and the pursuit of lower payments. That's why we're giving you $1,500 over book value for your trade. Get into a new vehicle with payments starting under $250 a month. Over 1,400 vehicles backed by our low price guarantee. $1,500 more for your trade. Payments starting under $250. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of lower payments. Based on Kelley Blue Book Fair Trade Value. Applies to 2013 or newer model years. Payment offer on select vehicles with approved credit expires month end.
Heck yeah! It's ESPN Wisconsin's Alex Stroh for my friends at Robert Hack Diamonds. Listen, when it came to buying an engagement ring for my now fiance, I had no idea what I was doing, which is why I went to the team at Robert Hack. I heard her say words like radiant cut and solitaire, but to be real honest, I didn't really know what that meant. So I wrote it down, I brought it to the team at Robert Hack Diamonds in Greenfield, and they knocked it out of the park. It's true, if you've never been through this process before, the team at Robert Hack are absolute experts. 3 locations in the Milwaukee area, 1 in Greenfield, Brookfield South, and Brookfield North. If you're looking to take the next step like I did, and your girlfriend maybe is posting things on her Pinterest page or is showing you pictures, bring it into Robert Hack. They'll do their best to duplicate a dream ring for her, just like they did for my fiance. Moral of the story, if you are like me and you want to start, you just don't really know where, the answer's clear. Visit one of the 3 Robert Hack locations in the Milwaukee area. Just like me, at the end, you'll say, heck yeah, with Robert Hack Diamonds. And RobertHackDiamonds.com, that's RobertHackDiamonds.com.
Wisconsin homes ask a lot of their windows and doors. They need to be ready for anything year-round. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, everything we do is built around quality and durability. You shouldn't have to make compromises to ensure you're comfortable at home. So right now, take advantage of 0% financing for up to 4 years. Learn how the right windows and doors can make a meaningful difference in your home's comfort, efficiency, and overall style. With Pella, you'll get expert recommendations designed around your home, your needs, and the way you live. From design to installation, Pella's local experts are there to guide you every step of the way, helping you choose the right options for your home, your style, and your budget. Thanks to 0% financing until 2030 and our 10-year limited warranty, you can feel confident in your decision long after installation day. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 2/28/2026.
Homer here from ESPN Milwaukee. What makes living at 3 Pillars so special? Let's hear from my friend Dave.
The campus is beautiful. For me, nature is my church, and I love being outside. We live by the Bark River, and it's just it's calming. It just calms my soul. I just love it. A lot of the people I'm talking about 100-year-old people, 90 years old, say they credit 3 pillars with living longer.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ben Brust, Brad Nortman hanging out at the Majestic in Brookfield. Special panel tonight featuring Jarrell Moore, Howard's son. If you can get to the showing tonight, that would be amazing. There's also a showing tomorrow at 4 p.m. where myself, Brian Butch, and Matt LePay will be on a panel talking after the documentary featuring Howard Moore. ARoadAtNight.com is where you can go to get those tickets. Kyle Wallace hanging out at the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Studios. And Chris Larson's running the show. Let's go to Mike in Beaver Dam. You're on the Carbless Talking text line. Do you have a fictional character that could help the Green Bay Packers in 2026?
Sure do. The free safety from the movie The Replacements was a pick six. I mean, all he could do was pick six it. And the middle linebacker was John Favreau.
That's the cop that you were talking about. That's the bloody-nosed cop. That's right. I forgot the free safety was also a gamer. He was always right place, right time.
He did get those picks.
He just got out of prison, but he was a gamer.
So I had that wrong. The guy who got out of prison wasn't next to the cop middle linebacker, but he was a playmaker.
Yes, he was.
And going back to Rip and Rona, Mike, we had also heard from Rip and Rona who said the Packers need more players with character flaws. Do we need somebody out of prison?
Yeah, I want somebody that was locked
Charles
up, fresh
Woodson.
out.
Charles Woodson was the last one that we had. With a character flaw, they took him.
Yeah,
nobody wanted him.
Yeah, he had character. He had an attitude issue. That's why he was available, and the only place he could go was
I'm going to hang up so I can hear you guys on the radio, but I love listening. Long-time listener, first-time caller. But I had to
great
call
to hear
today.
from you, Mike.
Thank
we appreciate
you.
Thanks a lot. Great call.
He's right. He's right. The last character flaw guy we got was Charles Woodson. I mean, he had, it was a personality flaw more so than bad guy. It turned out well for us.
Yeah, but usually some of the best players have personality flaws. You know what I mean? You have to be a little crazy to get to the top of your top.
Yeah, and I will say, there's a place for it, right? Because and the Packers can absorb somebody like that. I'm not sure every organization could. If you go to the Browns or the Dolphins or something where there's not as much tradition and stability, I'm not sure it could absorb it. But some of the best teams I ever played on had a guy or two, right, that were sort of, they're wild cards. I'm not going to lie, but it helps if you have 90% of the other team is basically steady. But to throw in there a crazy dude, and I say that word lightly, I think actually helps.
Do you say it lightly?
Yeah, I'm not trying to but yeah.
Now I'm going through the roster and trying to figure out in my head.
Yeah, exactly. I won't name names.
Luke Kuechly, obviously.
Of course.
I know one name that you played with that was crazy as all hell.
Who?
The defensive lineman.
Greg Hardy?
Oh my gosh, he's off the wall crazy, terrible.
I think he went into the bad dude crazy part of it. But yes, crazy, but bad dude crazy.
We need we're looking for the Green Bay Packers, that fine line.
Yes, very fine.
We want that fine line.
But he's right about Charles Woodson. That's a really good observation.
Because I did tease for. What we're going to do right now is where do they need to blitz draft? And when I say that, take a lot of swings at the same position group to kind of overhaul it. And I see O-line or D-line. My theory with the O-line is I don't think you want to get even younger at the O-line. You've spent a lot of capital with Jordan Morgan, Anthony Belton, that's a first and second round pick right there that you've utilized already on the offensive line. And if you want to be competitive with Jordan Love at quarterback and with this team in 2026, you're going to have to get a dude in free agency. I know they just paid Aaron Banks a lot of money, and who knows how they rework that contract if they do at left guard. Zach Tom solidified. I think they're trusting Jordan Morgan, who really hasn't been successful at any position because he was drafted as left tackle, but you still have to make sure he's really good at that. I think more of defensive line or honestly, I'm fine with it corner because I don't know if the Packers will spend money on a corner in the offseason after spending on Nate Hobbs. So if you're going to run it back with those guys, you might as well make the defensive line as deep as possible, because the pressure that you get from your defensive line, as we saw earlier in the season when Micah was healthy, Keyshawn Nixon had 4 PBUs in one game because he was able to sit back because the pressure was getting to the quarterback so quick. So I think it's D-line, it's edge, it's interior. I would be fine if everyone picked in round 2 through 5. I don't care if it was in 6 and 7. 2 through 5, just get some big boys in the trenches.
Yeah, I'm tempted to take D-line, but the more I thought about it, if I choose D-line, that means I'm trusting Goody's ability to draft a D-lineman, and I'm concerned that he hasn't been able to figure that one out. Now, I think that there were some guys in last year's class, and I believe Glover, or his last name, or Oliver, and Baron Sorrella. Those guys had some flashes in that Minnesota Viking game, but I'm also tempted to say O-line, but I'm going to go with cornerback, and here's why. Carrington Valentine, he's got 1 year left on his deal. Keyshawn Nixon, 1 year left on his deal. Nate Hobbs is likely gone, if not this season, then next season. So they're going to be drained, absolutely drained, if there's no free agent moves or any massive blitz in the draft for cornerbacks. And I also think about, this team should be a Super Bowl contender now. They are, but we need a couple more things to get the Packers over the hump. And I wonder, what position can you throw in there that a guy can show up as a rookie and be impactful? And I think that cornerback is one of those short list of positions where you can actually have a guy thrown in there. There's not as much playbook things. Maybe the speed of the game is there, but we've seen it time and time again that a rookie can come in and be impactful and play right away. So if you're able to get a crop of 3 cornerbacks, that could be your 3 cornerbacks for the next 4 years, I think that would be a long way to not only help you be competitive today, but also going forward in the next
Kyle, before you go, I definitely want to continue this conversation because I'm seeing we have a call here that wants to just chime in, and I want to make sure we can get to everyone here. So what we're going to do is we're going to hear from Kyle Wallace and hear from you in KBN Nation at 800-990-3776. Because in 2 minutes, we're going to continue to talk about where the Packers need to address the majority of their draft picks. Because, again, free agency and draft, how they do it and what they're used for is a little bit different, right? Draft, especially where they're drafting without a first-round pick, it's less likely they have an immediate impact than a first-rounder. Now, you could argue that the Packers first rounders have been more on potential than immediate impact. That's a conversation for another day. But overall, it's always draft, develop, and they come into the fold later. So in 2 minutes, where do the Packers need to focus on in the draft with their roster? That's next in 2 minutes.
When you're vacationing in your RV, there are some things you can always count on. Taking the kayaks out on the lake, hot dogs on the grill, and your sister's boyfriend pulling out his acoustic guitar.
Everyone quiet! Harrison's playing. Wow, you're so good, Harrison.
With Progressive, your RV is protected 24/7, so you're prepared for whatever you don't see coming. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I opened a restaurant and needed everything. Menus, signage, catering brochures.
Everything and then some.
I went to Staples. They printed it all and even suggested takeout menus.
One money pit with a side of fries.
But now at Staples, you get up to $125 off custom print orders.
$125 off. Now you're cooking. Brand your business in a big way at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in-store, online, or in the app by 4/4 to unlock. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is teeing up the 3rd tournament of the season with another can't-miss event and $1,000 in cash prizes up for grabs. Hey, ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Ellison, inviting you to a 2-man scramble at the iconic TPC Scottsdale, all played on Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center's spacious state-of-the-art simulator. Sign up now at wisconsindoorgolfcenter.com. It's just $120 per team, and teams must get their round in by February 28th. Your chance to take on TPC Scottsdale starts today at wisconsindoorgolfcenter.com.
We need to optimize the PID controller for smoother robotic movements.
Our data analysis shows a significant correlation between the variables in both control groups.
The test shows you've experienced an acute myocardial infarction.
As you'll see on the syllabus, this course will largely focus on the Mesozoic era.
Get your child the access every child deserves. Enroll your K through 8th grade child by February 28th at Milwaukee College Prep, mkeprep.com/enroll.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Northman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Northman.
Live from the Majestic in Brookfield, an awesome movie theater. An awesome movie theater. I love how there's an upstairs and a downstairs. That theater must be massive.
It's huge. That like ultra screen is what they used to. Yeah, ultra screen.
Yeah, you see it right there.
It is the biggest movie screen I've ever seen.
Ben Brust and Brad Nortman here, promoting a Vote at Night. Howard Moore, former Badger player and coach, has a documentary that started in Madison. It's now out here at the Majestic. I'll be on a panel after the 4 p.m. showing, so get your tickets at roadatnight.com. It is worth your time. There's more showings than just tonight and tomorrow. So, again, all information you need to know is at roadatnight.com. Kyle Wallace is hanging out at the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios. Chris Larson's running the show. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Liz is more YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. And earlier in the week, we talked about how the draft and the free agency of 2026 will help determine, which one's more important to the success of 2026. I think free agency is, especially when you don't have a first-round pick. I know he hasn't been good at first-round picks. But when I look at the cornerback position, they invested in Nate Hobbs. Not that he's any good or not, but I just think investing in the offensive line and free agency, to me, is more important after you used Morgan and Belton with early picks in the last 2 drafts. I'd rather get those trenches from the defensive line with depth with Micah Parsons, because if you get pressure and have rotational depth, that could help relieve those cornerbacks that are probably still going to be somewhat of a liability. And you got to get guys in free agency, in my opinion, with the offensive line. Brad, you had pointed out that you wanted cornerbacks. And so we have some texts and calls. Before we get to Kyle, because Kyle's very patient, let's go to Mike and Franklin on what the Packers need.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Good. How are you? Happy Friday.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah,
hello. How you doing, Mike?
Hello. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you now. Good, Mike.
All right. I haven't, okay, movie time. First-time caller, long-time listener, not a diehard trade. And I don't know, I was in the vehicle, I didn't my phone. It's possessed by the devil anyway.
What?
For who they need, the Packers, fictional character, he's so good, he doesn't appear in the movie. They need David Putney from Draft Day.
David Putney from Draft Day. I've seen the movie. Is that the quarterback?
Right. No, he's a special team stud. He's a horse in 7/8. And they want to get the quarterback back, and then they say, yeah, and you got to throw in David Putney.
Oh, that's
okay.
Right.
Sorry, that's
a deep pull, Mike. That's a deep pull. Go work out those demons with that phone, okay?
They need special teams help, and make sure get that phone figured out. Dang, what a comment.
Yeah, I know, right? Shout out to Mike for calling in. First-time caller did not miss.
Didn't miss. Iconic right there.
After that, Kyle, where are you focusing the blitzing of draft picks for Goody if it does happen in 2026?
Huh? What? Nah. I mean, here's the thing. It's pretty obvious, and Brad, you're spot on. It's the cornerback position. The Packers
can't turn our mics off, Kyle, so you can't make us laugh.
Kyle's got it. Wow. That was so funny.
Hello?
The Packers haven't invested in this cornerback position for real, since they drafted Eric Stokes. Do you realize in 2025 the Packers drafted how many corners? 0. In 2024 they drafted 1 corner in what round? The 7th round. 2023 they drafted 1 corner in what round? The 7th round. In 2022 they drafted 0 corners. So you're telling me over the last 4 drafts you've only invested 7th round picks at the corner position, a premium position in this league? That is not good enough. And then when you look at Keyshawn Nixon, you look at Nate Hobbs, you look at Carrington Valentine. Nate Hobbs was taken in the 5th round. Carrington Valentin taken in the 7th round, and Keyshawn Nixon was undrafted. The Green Bay Packers need to go early and often at the cornerback position, because ain't no way in the world you think you win a Super Bowl title with Keyshawn Nixon, Carrington Valentine, and Nate Hobbs at cornerback. Nothing against them. I mean, they're all good players, but you need elite, great players to win a championship, and none of those three are elite great players, and the Packers need to swing early. So forget that. Wait to the 7th round to draft a guy to see if he makes the roster at corner. Nah, Goody. You need to do exactly what you did a couple years ago when you decided that I want to fix this safety position. You signed a guy, you drafted a guy in the 2nd round, and you drafted a guy in the 4th round, and you drafted another guy in the 5th round, and they all have played a role. Not Oladapo hasn't done as much, but the other 3 have done a phenomenal job for this football team. So now is the time to go all in at corner for the Green Bay Packers. There is no other option, fellas.
And I'm glad he fixed the safety position, but I wonder how much that had to do with Jeff Hafley coming in at the time as the defensive coordinator, because we played many times how he really wanted a safety that could do a lot of different things. And obviously you can't just have one. He had multiple, and Javon Bullard would move up and play the slot. Evan Williams stepped in and has played great football. I mean, we see him on track to not take a next step, but to arrive even further than he's already, showed. So that position group is less important than the defensive line and corners, especially with Micah Parsons, right? You think about what, again, I'll mention again, Keyshawn Nixon, for all the complaints that everyone has, they should have. But what he was able to do with 4 PBUs or 3 in a game because of the pressure the Packers were getting, that's great.
Excuse me, you said position. A game, okay?
I know, but my point is,
wow.
Yeah, my overall point is I don't disagree with needing to fix that cornerback position. It's just if you build on that defensive line, then you can have lesser lesser corners, and especially if you have great safeties, you're not going to get beat as much over the top.
Well, it's interesting, too, because you add in that Jeff Hafley, where he wants a dominant safety, and he got it. Goody got it for him. Jonathan Gannon, new defensive coordinator, he's always been a D-line guy, right? Mm-hmm. He had those great D-lines in Philadelphia. They invested a lot in the D-line in Arizona. His M.O. is D-line. So if you're going to follow that trend, then maybe Goody provides him a welcome present of either blitzing the defensive line like Ben suggests, or in free agency, because I'm guessing he looks at this line with an assumed Rashawn Gary release, thinking to himself, listen, Micah Parsons is great, but we got to have a whole lot more than that. I still contend cornerback's the way to go, and Kyle putting that historically into perspective is quite shocking. I mean, I was kind of thinking forward, looking ahead of what position are they going to be depleted on, and who can arrive right now and be a contributing factor. But man, looking at the past history of cornerbacks, Kyle, it's brutal for the Packers.
It's extremely brutal. And Ben, I mean, I get it. I want D linemen too. But do you realize in the last 3 drafts, last 3 or 4 drafts?
Oh, there's a plethora. I understand.
There's 9 defensive linemen that they have drafted.
Wow.
And so this guy keeps taking swing after swing after swing. Maybe we should just sign some defensive linemen. Find some guys that have established themselves in the NFL and let them fill some voids. Because even last season, they went for 3 defensive linemen, and let's be very honest, 99, though he may shine one day, he didn't shine last year. Colin Oliver wasn't healthy last year. Warren Brinson really wasn't consistent last year. So you didn't get any help out of guys that you drafted in the 4th, 5th, and 6th round on that defensive line last year.
And let's not forget Mr. 13th overall pick.
Yeah, exactly, Lucas Van Ness. And honestly, if you ask me, Kobe Wooden and Carl Brooks have been more productive based off their draft position for the Packers than Lucas Van Ness, because Lucas Van Ness, to me, is on equal footing as Kobe Wooden and Carl Brooks based off the impact that I have actually seen in a game. And so I say forget trying to draft these D linemen. Sure, draft 1 D lineman, maybe 2. But the focus needs to be corner and signing somebody on the defensive line that is a veteran. When we looked at that Super Bowl, DeMarcus Lawrence had himself a sack in that game. I'd rather bring in another guy that I know who's maybe 26, 27, 28. Hell, I'll take a 30-year-old who I know exactly what I'm going to get rather than waiting for a rookie to develop on the D line. We need to bring in a cornerback because all it takes is one really good cornerback. One really good cornerback, and we're all good to go, baby.
one really good cornerback, one really good defensive lineman, and some more depth on the offensive line. A lot of spots to fill. How do they do it in free agency, and how do they do it in the draft? Well, we are all going to figure that out together, but one thing I know that's going to be electric from somebody who knows his role and plays his role really well with the Milwaukee Bucks is the brother of Giannis Antetokounmpo. Thanalysis Live is back March 27th. There's no better person to tell us about it than Kyle Wallace.
Woo! Y'all already know what it is. The limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling and dealing son of a gun. Ric Flair is coming to Milwaukee, and you know he's styling and profiling, and you have your chance to see him absolutely live on March 27th at the Riverside Theater, where Thanasis Antetokounmpo hosts Thanalysis Live with the WWE Hall of Famer and global icon Ric Flair. This isn't a cameo or a quick interview. This is a full show where will be some great storytelling, talking about behind-the-scenes moments and digging deep on the career, life, and legacy of Ric Flair. So you already know you want to be in the building because you never know what Ric Flair is going to say on that mic. Tickets are limited, so don't wait. Lock yours in now by going to TALiveshow.com. That is TALiveshow.com for Thanalysis Live on March 27th at the Riverside Theater, and it is presented by Gruber Law Offices and Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Woo! Ric Flair's coming to Milwaukee.
More Kyle Bruston-Nortman live from the Majestic. Next.
This is Kyle Bruston-Nortman, KBN.
Well, the dance floor specifically. I'm still sore, man. I dance my booty off.
But you don't have muscles.
You don't have a booty, so I don't know how you dance that. You ask your back off. Your back.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Starting off with some delays along southbound 43 from just before Capitol Drive all the way into the Marquette. Westbound 94, you're tightening up from 27th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound is slowing down from 84th Street past 68th. And then we've got the two center lanes blocked on southbound 94 south of Layton, all because of some debris in the roadway. So keep your eyes open for that. It's going to tighten things up through the Mitchell. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies, lows of 26. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with flurries possible, a high of 35. Weather's brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more. Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
February means big savings at Exterior Pros and Baths. Upgrade your home with energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath makeover and get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time during our February winter savings event. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com now. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Frank Daniels, our Madison Goldsmith, has an idea.
Bring him in.
Hey, Rick. Hey, Sarah. Hi, Monica.
It's great to see you, Frank. What's your idea?
It's a new company policy.
Let's hear it.
You know the world-famous Kessler's warranty?
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple. Even if you lose a diamond, including the center stone, we'll replace it. All maintenance is free forever. Yes, it really is that miraculous.
Every time I hear that warranty, it blows my mind.
I propose we have a jewelry cleaning policy that's as amazing as that warranty.
What would it say?
Bring us your jewelry and we will professionally clean it. While you wait, for free. You can come in as often as you want, and we don't care where you bought your jewelry. The only thing that matters is that you want it to look amazing again. We want that too.
I vote yes.
I vote yes. I vote yes. The motion carries.
Congratulations, Frank. Your idea is now company policy.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts. You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Shout out to Josh and Kenosha swinging by as we're here at the Majestic in Brookfield promoting a Road at Night, the documentary chronicling Howard Moore and his tragedy, and the story is very powerful. Get tickets at the Majestic in Brookfield at aroadatnight.com. aroadatnight.com. Ben Brust and Brad Nortman hanging out at the Majestic. Kyle Wallace back at the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Studios with Chris Larson. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line, and YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Yes, bro.
Brad, when is Brad going to be okay? That man been called for 2 weeks.
Dude, this has been an afterburn of epic proportions. It's like, you hit the peak of the sickness and it took out our whole family, then you come back to where you're functionable, but it's got this afterburn effect that I just can't seem to shake. So hopefully on Monday I come back and I'm no longer needing Kyle to mute my mic and all the things when I'm feeling it.
Well, some big news is Pat Murphy, I saw this morning, officially extended by the Milwaukee Brewers. So what we're going to do is we're going to toss it over to Chris Larson, because Pat has been electric on the microphone at press conferences, on Apple TV Plus. Whenever they get to interview him, he's the best. So we're going to play Is This Murphy or Not Murphy with Chris Larson.
I guess Murphy or not Murphy is the question, as we're going to try and find the answers right now. We go through some quotes here from some pretty famous coaches, managers perhaps. Let's start off with this one here, see if you guys can get this or not. We're in the mode of trying to learn how to play hard enough to earn the jersey that they wear. Is that Murphy or not Murphy?
I mean, I feel like that's got to be Murphy.
Earn the jersey
We're
they
in the mode
wear.
of
What
trying
a
to learn how
boy.
to play hard enough to earn the jersey that they wear.
I believe
that's got to be Murphy.
I think that's when they were losing early. Was it last year or was it in the?
I feel like this is Murphy.
Yeah, I go with Murphy, and that's such a good Murphy line if it is.
Oh, wow.
That is UCLA head coach and all-around angry man, Mick Cronin.
Oh, he just confused Pat Murphy with Mick Cronin.
I'm sorry, Pat. I'm sorry.
I could have sworn he said something about earning some, but it wasn't that one.
All right, see if you guys can get this one now. You got to fight through some adversity. You've got to have some tough times. You got to have some rainy days.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
I don't. That's not Murphy.
Yeah,
that's not Murphy.
Because I'm waiting for the line where he comes back with like But
we're gonna make it sunny.
Yeah, it doesn't sound undaunted to me.
Yeah, I don't. I'm with you guys. We may be wrong, but I don't remember this one.
That's right. That is Tom Izzo.
Oh, that's very Izzo.
Yeah, he could be doom and gloomy at times. That did not have a Pat Murphy vibe.
The little troll. Little troll, as I call him, yes.
Except for a Michigan fan.
I think everybody calls him little troll. As we move on here, let's see if we can get this one here. I think the regular season is the mark of who the team is. I think postseason is the icing on the cake, and nobody wants to eat cake without icing. But I do believe there is no cake without the cake.
That's Murphy.
But is he making a cake analogy? That doesn't sound like Murphy.
That's the thing too.
Cakes is too soft for Murphy. I'm gonna go not Murphy.
I'm gonna go not Murphy.
I'm gonna just go Murphy.
Two of you got it right, or two of you got it wrong. One of you got it right. It is Pat Murphy.
Really?
All right.
Can you say that one again, please?
I think the regular season is the mark of who the team is. I think postseason is the icing on the cake, and nobody wants to eat cake without icing. But I do believe there is no cake without the cake.
No cake without the cake.
He's talking about,
I guess
grind is the process right there.
When you need to speak after every ball game, you're gonna say things
you're gonna
like
say
this.
some stuff. Yes, man.
Craig
Counsell's. Actually, that's the next one. Is this Murphy or not Murphy? We didn't have as good at bats as I would have liked. He just didn't find the zone tonight.
Yeah.
Taking
his head left and right.
Another ball game tomorrow. I mean, we just didn't have it today. But this group will be back tomorrow.
All right, guys, ready for another one here?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
I believe managing is like holding a dove in your hand. If you hold it too tightly, you kill it. But if you hold it too loosely, you lose it.
Oh, I've never heard him say that. I feel like that was one. If you hear him killing a dove, we would have heard that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's not Murphy, but that's good. I
Not
like
Murphy,
that one.
but yeah,
Murphy
very
talking about
good.
killing
I wish it
birds?
was Murphy.
That is Tommy Lasorda.
Oh. Checks out.
All right, let's move on to another one here. Bad ball players make good managers, not the other way around. All I can do is help them be as good as they are.
Oh, that sounds like a Murph, doesn't it?
Totally.
It really does.
That is Pat Murphy 1,000,000%.
Like a little self-deprecating, and that's so Pat Murphy.
Oh, who is this?
That is Earl Weaver.
Oh, wow. Well, I heard the name before. Great manager.
Who is he the manager of?
I mean, he's dead. Is he dead now? Chris?
Let me see if he's still. No, he passed away in 2013.
Yeah, he was one of the older guys.
He was the former manager of the Orioles for a long time. World champion. All right, let's move on here to a different one here. Don't try to be anything that you're not. There's a reason you're here. Just be yourself.
Oh, that's Pat, right?
That's Pat.
Yeah.
That's Pat.
That's Pat Murphy, yes.
Yeah.
Do you have any of now? I think we've guessed enough. Do you have any audio of Pat's famous quotes?
Oh yeah, on extension day, it would just feel good to hear his voice.
I have a compilation we can play of some quotes.
All right. Let me hear some of that Pat Murphy. Matter of fact, just seeing him getting signed and him talk about, what this all means.
Collection of misfit toys. Everybody's been DFA'd or moved around or been through really tough stretches, whatever. And it's kind of all hands on deck, and they're ready to do whatever. It's kind of cool. Dodgers are a powerhouse. What can you say? You don't see many commercials in the United States, Canada, Japan, anywhere across the world, and you don't have Dodgers in it because they have the star power. Now, Freddie Freeman's like my favorite player in the game. He's ruined Brewers history many times, but I still love him. The Who, I say that a lot. I hope I'm understood, but I understand myself, but I'm not sure anybody else does. They're not baseball players that are comfortable. They're still hungry. And hungry players, they make the manager look good, that's for sure. You can't look on paper and say how many of our position players would be on the Dodgers team. You can't really project that many of them would, but somehow they find a way.
Cut it, Chris.
Came out of the meeting. Is there anything you can share as far as
I want to hear some more of that, but I actually didn't like that one.
Yeah,
because they got spanked 4-0.
I know it was too prophetic right there. I will say, just listening to Pat Murphy, you could drop that man on any Wisconsin sports team, and I think they improve. Not necessarily like X's and O's, but like a minister of culture, so to speak. He is a tone setter. I think guys just like playing for him. That's why, for the fact that the Brewers have a guy like this, which they're naturally always going to be underdogs and scraping and clawing, he's perfect for them. He's perfect.
Yeah, what I love about Pat Murphy, even when the Brewers are down, right, when the season started rough last season, and he still did not. He was unfazed, undaunted, and he just said, "Hey, we're going to get it together," and they got it going. And he was stern with him about having to play baseball better, and they ended up turning around. That's the type of manager I love, the one that you can look him in his eyes, and you know that he believes in you to get better.
I would also add that when he called out almost management in a way about how, like, we didn't sign anybody.
He sure did.
Like, they were losing too.
Yeah.
They were still having a losing record when he kind of called out like what they had to work with.
Mm-hmm.
And players very well could have just responded and been like, lackadaisical, not play hard. But he gets his guys to play hard no matter what the situation. When you set a standard, especially for the Milwaukee Brewers, what made last year so fun is every single game, and I think it was Durbin, who's no longer with the team, talked about how you have to go to battle every single inning, every pitch, every at-bat, everything you do, right? And that's what made it so great. And that's what I think what made it so frustrating for me at the end against the Dodgers. And I know how talented the Dodgers are, but they came a little bit, like, and again, the pitchers are amazing, but the discipline at the plate, Terang lost a little bit of confidence. Then he was chasing pitches. Like, they just felt a little bit out of sync in who they were and how they got there, not putting as many balls in play, putting the pressure on the defense. So although they were outclassed from a skill standpoint, it just stunk to see them go out that way, because what we saw in the franchise record of wins and the 14 games that they won and winning 8 games 3 times last year and bringing in Quinn Priester, Andrew Vaughn, Jacob Mizorowski, Durbin, all the ways that they found ways to replace guys. Chad Patrick coming in and making a splash in the playoffs and getting great. I mean, I just can't wait for Brewer season, and it's so fun to have Pat Murphy as that guy leading this team. Kyle Brust-Nortman, we had to pay tribute to the manager that has been extended for the Milwaukee Brewers officially today. We are live from the Majestic in Brookfield, Wisconsin. Go to aroadatnight.com. That is aroadatnight.com to get tickets to support Howard Moore in a great documentary that you can watch. And also, if you're interested in a panel with myself and Matt LePay, Brian Butch in person after the 4 o'clock showing tomorrow, I would love to see you there supporting Howard and talking to you after. Kyle Brust-Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin continues next.
I like a lot of different things during the game. There's pancake. I got actually I got a little pocket pancake right here that I.
You're listening to Kyle Brust-Nortman, KBN.
I'm a tool. My name is Ben Brust, and I'm a tool.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Good afternoon, John. Slowing on westbound 94, starting at about 25th Street, all the way to about Mitchell Boulevard, so heads up with that. Eastbound, we've got delays from about 92nd Street all the way past to 76th. On the right shoulder, we do have a broken down vehicle contributing to those delays. We've got southbound 43 backing up from Capitol Drive, pretty much all the way through the Marquette interchange. And then the 2 center lanes still blocked on southbound 94, just south of Layton, right near Grange, actually. Is because of some debris in the roadway. I can't quite see what the debris is, but you do want to be extra careful heading through that, and you'll need to move out to the outer lanes to try and get past it. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies, lows of 26. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with flurries possible, a high of 35. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
At Ewald Automotive Group, we believe in life, liberty, and the pursuit of lower payments. That's why we're giving you $1,500 over book value for your trade. Get into a new vehicle with payments starting under $250 a month. Over 1,400 vehicles backed by our low price guarantee. $1,500 more for your trade. Payments starting under $250. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of lower payments. Based on Kelley Blue Book Fair Trade Value. Applies to 2013 or newer model years. Payment offer on select vehicles with approved credit expires month end.
NBA fans don't just watch the game, they live it. So stream like you're courtside with NBA League Pass. Your ticket to all the action. Watch your favorite team shine and catch the league's brightest stars and rising stars at the same time with multi-view on your favorite devices. From the plays you can't believe to the most live games and the drama that comes with it. If it happens on the court, it's happening on NBA League Pass.
Only select out-of-market games available. Blackout restrictions apply. Additional charges and other conditions may apply. Visit NBA.com/subscriber agreement for full terms and conditions.
Hack
Heck yeah! It's ESPN Wisconsin's Alex Stroh for my friends at Robert Hack Diamonds. Listen, when it came to buying an engagement ring for my now fiance, I had no idea what I was doing, which is why I went to the team at Robert Hack. I heard her say words like radiant cut and solitaire, but to be real honest, I didn't really know what that meant. So I wrote it down, I brought it to the team at Robert Hack Diamonds in Greenfield, and they knocked it out of the park. It's true, if you've never been through this process before, the team at Robert Hack are absolute experts. 3 locations in the Milwaukee area, 1 in Greenfield, Brookfield South, and Brookfield North. If you're looking to take the next step like I did, and your girlfriend maybe is posting things on her Pinterest page or is showing you pictures, bring it into Robert Hack. They'll do their best to duplicate a dream ring for her, just like they did for my fiance. Moral of the story, if you are like me and you want to start, you just don't really know where, the answer's clear. Visit one of the 3 Robert Hack locations in the Milwaukee area. Just like me, at the end, you'll say, heck yeah, with Robert Hack Diamonds. And RobertHackDiamonds.com, that's RobertHackDiamonds.com.
Are you looking for a weight loss option that works? That's where I can tell you about Milwaukee Weight Loss. I'm Josh DiMaggio, and I'm starting that journey with Milwaukee Weight Loss. From the first consultation, their team really listened and built a customized plan around me and my goals. I've lost almost 25 pounds to this point. I'm feeling my best, and I'm trying all sorts of new foods. This Valentine's month, Milwaukee Weight Loss is sharing the love with $300 off during their Valentine's sale now through February 28th only. This program has different, no intense workouts, no prepackaged meals, no counting calories, no drugs, surgery, or injections. Some people lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a month or 2. Milwaukee Weight Loss has already helped thousands of people change their lives. There's no better time than now to take control and start feeling confident again. Schedule a free consultation at 262-235-3980 or visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ben Brust and Brad Norman hang out at the Majestic in Brookfield. Go to roadatnight.com to get your tickets for the Howard Moore documentary that is now showing in the Milwaukee area. Kyle Walsh and Chris Larson are back at the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Studios. Now, we spent the early portion of the program talking about fictional characters in football movies that could help the Green Bay Packers. Then we moved into what position groups that the Packers should blitz draft and really take a big stab at bolstering up depth with young talent. And now I think it's time to look at the NFC North. Because, Brad, you've been the Pro Football Focus guy that Brian Balaga absolutely murdered yesterday.
Was not prepared for that. Brian Balaga, not a Pro Football Focus guy. Noted.
Neither is Rob Domofsky, I think. Oh, no, Rob was not a big DVOA guy.
Yes.
Pro Football Focus, we always say, is not the end-all, be-all, but it is one measurement tool using analytics to look at the game of football. We look at the NFC North because it was 121 players, was it?
101.
101 players listed on Pro Football Focus as the top 101 players. The top 20 have been revealed. So now we look at the NFC North. From an odds perspective at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Lions plus 165, Packers plus 175, Bears plus 350, and the Vikings plus 700-ish to win the NFC North. Where's the talent in the North, Bradley Nortman?
Well, before I do that, we were uncertain where would Jordan Love go from a quarterback standpoint because the top 20 wasn't out. Josh Allen, Matthew Stafford in the top 20. So Jordan Love, 4th best quarterback in Pro Football Focus in 2025. So we can enjoy that knowing that he is indeed, at least according to Pro Football Focus in 2025, top 5 quarterback, top 4 in fact. But I was wondering, man, before the top 20 came out, where's all the Detroit Lions? There was only Jahmyr Gibbs at 47 before the top 20 came out. And I said, wait, did they have that bad of a year? Have they descended that badly? Well, the top 20 come out, and the Detroit Lions are all over it. It leads me to believe that, guys, I'm not even that worried about the Chicago Bears next year. I'm more worried about the Detroit Lions. It's a reminder on how great this team is.
Bumps the Bears, it's all about the Lions?
Bumps the Bears, it's all about the Lions next year for the Green Bay Packers to finally reclaim the NFC North. They had a down year. They're going to have the 4th place schedule when it comes to schedule difficulty, so they're going to eat that up. And, guys, listen to this. Packers, Micah Parsons was 13th overall, so they had 3 total in the top 100.
McKinney, Love, and Parsons.
Yes. Chicago Bears had 3. They had Tooney, Colston, Loveland, and one other guy. I don't remember. They're sort of
Johnson.
Yes, and they're sort of mid-pack. The Detroit Lions, 5. They had notched 5 total in the top 100.
For
but not
the
just
top 20?
4 of the top 20, 3 of the top 10. Like, we forget how good the Detroit Lions are. Aiden Hutchinson, Penel Sewell, I always butcher that name.
Jack Campbell,
Amon-Ra St. Brown, of course, Jahmyr Gibbs, I already said. And this isn't even mentioning Jared Goff, who is a very serviceable, very quality quarterback. So, and with probably the best overall head coach in the division. When you talk about
no more.
Well, turning a program around, and we'll see how much he does without Ben Johnson. But you think about the best roster, purely roster, take out coaching, they easily have the best roster in the division, and it leads me to refocus my, intention.
NFC North lens?
Yes, my NFC North lens on the Detroit Lions, who are the rightful concern of the Green Bay Packers, not necessarily the Chicago Bears. Think about that. 4 of the top 20 and 3 of the top 10. 5 top 101 players according to Pro Football Focus. Let us not forget how good this roster of the Detroit Lions are when the schedule eventually gets released in April. Yeah, I'm kind of interested when the Bears are played. I am circling the Detroit Lions games because I propose that those Detroit Lions games will be the one.
What about the Fighting J.J. McCarthy's?
They'll probably find a quarterback and they'll be all right.
So
the Packers,
what do they have on the list?
I believe they have 1. They have Justin Jefferson, and he was 92. Probably because he didn't get a whole lot of targets.
And they won 8 games.
And they won 9 games.
9 games.
They won 9 games.
8.
Yeah, technically 8.
Technically 9. That's what I mean. Had they won 8, they would be picking lower in the draft.
So this was just all a reminder that it's the Detroit Lions that you need to be worried about, not the reigning NFC North champions, the Chicago Bears. It's all about the Lions. Those are the games that will decide the 2026 NFC North champion.
I think equally both, man.
Both equal. Well, who? Who's both?
You just lost 2 or 3 games to the Bears last year.
Oh, you gave it to them.
Sure, but from a head-to-head perspective, they have 2. They're 2-1 in the last 3.
They're
3-1. 3-1 in the last 4.
The Bears versus the Packers, and the Packers actually have the Detroit Lions number. They went 2-0 this last year and went 1 the year before.
So I think when you say I'm just looking at the Lions, I think yes. I think I would put as well the Lions, who love beating up on bad teams. And,
sure do.
The NFC South is in the schedule for the NFC North. So I mean, what? Carolina, Tampa, Atlanta, and
New Orleans.
New Orleans, like, great. The NFC South, I feel like, has a team that's 9-8 every single year, and this year wasn't even that. I think
8-9.
Actually,
I think it was 8-9.
And the Panthers needed help, So again, someone could get better in that division, but typically that's what you're looking at. And so, yes, I think the Lions are more scary, but you also, when it comes to the rivalry, it's seemingly you can throw records out between the Bears and the Packers right now, as is, until they take it back to the Bears and Ben Johnson.
Yeah, I'm giving credit to Matt LaFleur for getting the most out of his team the last 3 years over 3 rosters that, granted, yes, the Packers are only been the 7th seed, but you're talking about a Detroit Lions football team that we all talked about how talented they were, and we saw how many games they were able to win in the 2024 football season. And then all of a sudden, the Green Bay Packers are only the most consistent team in the NFC North. So when I look forward to this season, I think the Green Bay Packers, yes, the Lions are their stiffest competition, but I feel really good about the position that they're in. We're not losing too many impactful guys from a roster that was able to handle business and beat the Detroit Lions twice last year. In my eye, they handled the Vikings. They would have handled the Vikings again, and they choked against the Bears the second time around when they did not have Micah Parsons and they did not have Zach Tom. And so I feel really good based off the roster makeup despite us not having 4 guys in the top 20. So the Green Bay Packers and our fans should be very, very excited for what's to come. Goody just needs to make sure that he brings some more reinforcements going into the next season. But, Brad, you're right. The only team I should be worried about is the Detroit Lions because the Vikings ain't got a quarterback, and the Bears are going to find out what it means to have a real tough schedule in 2026.
I'm not surprised that the Lions are on the list and have 5 guys. And the argument is that the Packers probably would have Tucker Kraft and Zach Tom somewhere on this list if both of them were healthy all year. I think that's a very reasonable argument to have.
1,000,000%.
Yeah, so Packers, you could probably call them having 5 on the list, would put them right in the mix of, top NFC North teams, but still the Seahawks and the Rams are far ahead on their guys. I think what was shocking, though, is how high the Lions guys are.
Yeah,
right?
having 4 in the top 20 is wild, considering that they didn't.
That's significant.
They didn't even make the playoffs.
They didn't make the playoffs.
And Jahmyr Gibbs
they were
wasn't one of
fourth
those
in the
guys.
division. That's what I'm saying. And all these guys are coming back next year, and this is the tip of their iceberg. They are the other quality guys on the team. So I just
Kyle, here comes Lions Brad.
I know Lions Brad. Let's never forget.
I forgot about Lions Brad.
That's
You were
right.
so afraid of the Lions, weren't you, Brad? How did that work out for them Lions?
It ended up pretty good for the Green Bay Packers, but I think that this is a team that it's easy to overlook them looking forward to 2026. And even looking at like the Packers' schedule, obviously it hasn't come out yet, but you can see the opponents. NFC North's a good division. They got some good opponents. It's going to be a bit of a gauntlet. The Packers are going to need at least 5 guys on this same list next year if they're hoping that they finish out with a better seed and go further.
Well, their over-under is 10.5 for the win total for the Green Bay Packers. After winning 9 games and
feels high.
Week 18, let's throw away Week 18, not counting. The schedule looked tougher last year when it came out versus this year, in my opinion, just from an opponent standpoint. Browns game, blowing a lead versus the Bears, Ravens not showing up, tying the Cowboys. I mean, there was plenty of opportunity for this team to win more than 9 games. So I think that's a very fair over-under for the Packers heading into 2026 with the 5th best odds to win the Super Bowl. I don't know why you're
taking the over.
I haven't decided yet. I'd like to see it all come out.
I took the over this year and lost that.
Yeah, that was
You took a lot and lost that.
Yeah, we lost them all, Kyle.
Yeah, injuries and literally the last 5 games were disastrous for the Packers, disastrous for Brad and I, for our bets. It was ridiculous.
I really will never, and I'm going to jokingly say easy money, but I'll never forget literally counting my winnings and thinking about what I'm going to do with it when the Packers were 9-3-1, when Kyle and I had the over of 9.5. Josh Jacobs was, he had to get like 50 yards a game to get his over under, and Jordan Love, he had 23 touchdowns, and he only needed 25 for the over, and there was like 5-6 games to go. So I was like,
Bam!
Here we go.
Concussion.
And then reality hit, and boy, just the house gets the last laugh every single time.
Easy money is not a thing, Brad.
No, it's not. I learned the hard way.
But great gear and great prizes to give away right now. How about some Iron Jock socks? How about an Iron Jock hat? That's what you can win right now, but I'm going to tell you about Iron Jock first. I'm playing basketball in the morning, and one thing that I already laid out was my Iron Jock long sleeve with the basketball jersey because it keeps me cool, it keeps me comfortable. They got that silver ion technology that's woven into every single thread. So 99.9% of odor bacteria is gone, so you're not stinky. You're feeling good. You're feeling confident. You don't need that big brand name because you got Iron Jock right here. Don't pay a fortune for the big name gear or the logo. It's about the comfort and the confidence that you get with Iron Jock. And right now, our listeners through the 22nd, through the end of the weekend, can get 35% off all Iron Jock gear on orders over $50 or more with the code ESPN30. That's ESPN35, because it's 35% off all Iron Jock gear. ESPN35. Iron Jock helps you look good and smell good and keep showing up. So ironjock.com, ESPN35. Promo code to get that 35% off. It is caller numbers 20's time to win Iron Jock socks and a hat. That is a no-brainer. Let's get them going. I think we had Strofe. I can't wait for Strofe to come back because I'm just going to start making him do like caller 150 and all these other things. So we'll just go caller 20 because we like Chris Larson. 800-990-3776. And for caller 20, you will win Iron Jock socks and a hat. 800-990-3776. That's 800-990-ESPN. Caller number 20 to win the Iron Jock gear. We wrap up the ESPN Wisconsin Hour and head to the 414 at 4. Next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
You know Italian. What do you mean?
You know Italian?
You do know Italian.
Yeah, he's right.
Oui. That's French, but you had gelato.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
2026 Brewers tickets are on sale now. This year, it all kicks off at our house with opening day at home, followed up with a schedule that's absolutely loaded. Throw in the same flair for the dramatic thrills on any given night. Plus Brewers giveaways you won't forget. And you've got a season you're going to have to see to believe. Don't miss a second of Brewers action this year. The crew is back for more. All Brewers tickets for the 2026 season are on sale now at brewers.com.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Michelle Smallman.
You are starting over. This is a new era of Miami Dolphins football. It's so crazy how long it's been since they've been relevant or good. The Dolphins should be a team that is good consistently, and they're not. But obviously, John Eric Sullivan is coming in, and he's saying we need to overhaul this entire roster, and these were steps in that direction yesterday. So I'm not surprised, especially coming off that injury and how the production had dipped for Tyreek Hill during his tenure in Miami. And this is, I'm sure, just the first wave of other moves that are to come for Miami. When I think of football, there's certain places that I think of. I think of Texas, and I think of South Florida. I think of Louisiana. I think of places where football is very omnipresent and the culture there. And for some reason, maybe it's the U, maybe it's the undefeated team, maybe it's my affinity for Dan Marino, South Beach should be a place where football is good and football is relevant.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season. I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text AREA to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin is still cattle country. And that's why Bunzel's chose to stay close to home to hand select the finest beef. Quality goes into everything they do, from Bunzel's expansive array of meats, homemade specialty sausages, and their award-winning beef jerky. It just isn't a proper holiday meal without Bunzel's top quality cuts on the dinner table. Tasting is believing. Visit Bunzel's at 90th and Burleigh or bunzels.com.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Good to see you. Kyle Bruston Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Bruston, Brad Norman hanging out at the Majestic in Brookfield. Kyle Wallace and Chris Larson at the Gruber Lofts' One Call That's All Studios. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. We'll have a lot planned in the 414 hour and 4 on 94.5 ESPN. But as I mentioned, I'm super excited because I took some time to chat with Matt LePay yesterday on the phone, as he's been involved a lot throughout this process as well, of the documentary A Road at Night, featuring Howard more and the tragedy that struck his family, and there's more to that story, which you'll be able to see in the documentary. So first and foremost, I want to say, if you can go to aroadatnight.com, to get tickets for the Brookfield Majestic Theater. They're going to be showing it tonight and tomorrow with panels. I'll be on a panel at 4 p.m. with LePay and Butch. We'll talk to you after the 4 p.m. showing. But why Howard is so amazing is because of who he is as a person to the core, from his teammates that he played with when he was a Badger to an amazing story that Bo Ryan tells when he accepted the job to be an assistant coach as a Wisconsin Badger assistant, loving Madison. During that time frame, he was assistant coach. He earned an opportunity. He grew up in Chicago to take the head coaching job at the University of Illinois Chicago. And despite the fact that my senior year, I was committed to go to Iowa all throughout high school. And then March rolls around, Big Ten tournament. Lickliter, the head coach of Iowa, gets let go. Next thing you know, I'm opening my recruitment. I'm a senior in high school. I'm like, what the hell do I do? This is so late in the game. You go to summer school in June. And so Howard became my lead recruiter, despite not being a part of the staff at that point, but not going to be there long term. He had come to my high school games. We'd always checked in with each other, and I came up to Madison on a beautiful day in May of finals week, and I'd already seen Madison. I was there for sophomore team camp. I took an unofficial before this while I was figuring out this whole process, and when I was on my official visit, I was like, he's like, Ben, we got to go. We got to go. I want to drive you around. He was gung-ho about it. It's beautiful. So windows down. He showed me everything I've seen 3 times already. But he made it feel vibrant and special and awesome. And I remember driving up Observatory, and he goes, right there, right there. That's where I met my wife, Jen. And you go on all these visits. They throw the jerseys at you. You take pictures. They tell you why they want you. They tell you why you need you. But it wasn't that with him. He loved the school, the place that he really created home for himself as well. And those are moments that stand out to me about Howard, is how he always thought about others. And I don't know if I shared this with you guys, and it's documented, and you can learn more about it. But with the crash that happened on Memorial Day weekend with his family, where he unfortunately lost his wife and his daughter. We were at Josh Gosser's wedding on Friday of Memorial Day weekend in 2019, and all found out the news together the next day about the initial crash. And so I was living in Madison at the time, and Howard had some doctor's appointments. And again, he had just went through so much grief and trauma and so many things for himself, and losing a wife and a daughter, which is unfathomable. And he was still vibrant. Called him up, went over to his house. We're planning on meeting with each other. And he was at a doctor's office and, some doctor's appointments. And, it went a little long because he's got a lot of stuff going on. So he was just like, hey, man, I'm not going to be able to see you. We plan on seeing him at his house. And I saw Rashard Griffith. I saw his son, Jarrell. And he's like, look, I can't wait to see you. I'll swing by next week or whatever. I think it was later in the week, Thursday, Friday. And that was the last chance I had ever to talk to Howard, because now he has, he's getting better. The care from the time I first saw him, they rolled him out on the court with his teammates a couple years ago. I saw him last Thursday in Madison. He's made so much progress due to the generosity. So if you can go to aroadatnight.com and get tickets, all the tickets at the Majestic in Brookfield this next 7 days go to his long-term care. But that beats me up. But also seeing him fight through what he's fighting through is amazing and so inspiring. Like seeing him raise his fists in the air as all of that is going on. I had a chance to tell his mom, Trennis, the story about where he met Jen on the recruiting visit. She's telling all of his former teammates the next day. Just a powerful situation, despite so much bad things that happened to a man that of anybody in this world, I truly believe this, of anybody in this world, nobody deserves this, but nobody more than Howard deserved this to happen to his family. So if you can support Howard Moore in this documentary, I would be forever grateful. But just know it's not about me. It's about Howard, because I tell my story. But if you talk to anybody who went to school with Howard or who knows Howard, played with Howard, Howard coached, they have a story as well to share about how great that he is. So aroadatnight.com. That's aroadatnight.com for you to get tickets at the Brookfield Majestic. I know I just took over, but if you guys have questions, I'm happy to answer.
Beautifully said, Ben. I mean, it's a living nightmare in a lot of what he experienced, but to see his spirit so positive, it's truly a miracle.
He's fighting. He's fighting, man.
And to hear him fighting like that, and you're talking about he's improving, and knowing that his son was part of that, knowing that he's fighting here to be able to continue to give his son a father on earth is something that's beautiful and a blessing, and all the money that can go towards continuing with his care so his son can continue to cherish the memories he had with his dad means a lot.
Yeah, his son is awesome. Jarrell is now a sophomore at Edgewood, getting it done, growing in his life, which is awesome to see. But aroadatnight.com. That is aroadatnight.com. Coming up next on 100.5 ESPN is Jim, Matt, and Molly, the Dam Sports Show in Beaver Dam. We'll be back on 94.5 ESPN, YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, and the ESPN Wisconsin app in 2 short minutes.
Never ends.
Delays southbound 43. They're starting around Locust all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. Westbound 894, heavy out of the Mitchell interchange past Loomis. Eastbound 94, you're looking at delays from 84th Street past 68th. The westbound side slowing through the Stadium interchange starting at about 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy skies, lows of 26. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with flurries possible, a high of 35. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Tax refund season is here, but at Cunis, you don't need your tax refund to get a great ride. Right now, during the Cunis Keep Your Refund event, you don't have to spend your tax refund to drive something you'll love. Why? Because Cunis has added a huge selection of over 1,200 affordable pre-owned vehicles available right now across 3 Milwaukee area locations. That's Oak Creek Buick GMC, Greenfield Buick GMC, and Hope Chevrolet. Cars, trucks, and SUVs, all makes and models, and all priced to fit your budget, so you can hang on to your refund for the things that matter most. Pay down bills, take a trip, start a project, spend your refund how you want. With over 1,200 affordable vehicles, chances are the perfect one is waiting for you without touching your tax refund. Shop Cunis Oak Creek Buick GMC, Greenfield Buick GMC, and Hope Chevrolet today. The Keep Your Refund event, only at Cunis. Start your search at CunisMKE.com.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. Kyle Brust and Nortman. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour on KBN is brought to you by Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's leader in Pella window installation. Looking for new windows, siding, roof, and doors? Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
It's the 414 Hour at 4 on KBN. Tory Lowe is talking to somebody, just so y'all know.
I was going to say, can you make sure that Tory or that Chris has the Tory Lowe open?
I got it ready to go.
I was going to say that. I was ready for the record scratch and the Tory Lowe.
We got to wait for Tory Lowe to make his entrance. Tory Lowe is, Tory Lowe be about that action in the community, and he's a talker, too. Have y'all ever got caught up by Tory talking after his show?
After his show, I've definitely, when I've had some time after our show as well, I've definitely been in an hour and 20 minutes with Tory one time.
Oh, wow.
Brad, you haven't been caught before?
That's
hour
short,
20?
right, Kyle? That's average.
What's funny is I know when people, because I used to manage Tory, and I knew when people set up meetings with him, I said, "Oh, you better have some time," because Tory shows he's over at 4. And what's always funny is I know they're meeting, they meet, Tory gets there like 4:15, and I always walk past, whoever's office is meeting with Tory, and it's like 5:15, and Tory is still just talking and talking and talking. I just smile and say, yeah, Tory can go now.
There he is.
Yeah. And especially after a 3-hour show, because I don't know about you guys, but I love chatting with you guys for 3 hours.
Do you sit in silence on the drive home?
In the drive home, I need at least 15 minutes of just silence, nothing.
Not
just
Tory Lowe.
Okay, just reset, and he can keep going.
Well, he's the world's biggest Packer fan. That's
is.
what's great about him. Is not only is he great in the community, the Tory Low community cleanup, where you get to sign up to help trash around community areas, and he does so much in advocacy. He's a deacon. He was a deacon. He was in a band in Iowa.
He's like the most interesting man alive.
He teaches children in the mornings. It's crazy.
I got the Tory Low.
Tory Low. Brad, we're going to have to get tight for YouTube.
Real tight.
We can be in the single shot together. Stick your head in there. You got to get closer.
Wow, this is nice and tight.
Hey! Kyle, you're supposed to be singing.
Da 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 da.
Uno.
Yeah! It look good with the turtleneck on, don't it?
You ain't know.
You ain't know.
Bankroll.
Got a bankroll.
Not a secret.
Not a secret. You take yo. Got a problem.
And I can't go.
Cause you got that.
But it's okay, cause I got the Tory Low.
Tory Low.
Welcoming in to Kyle Brust-Norman is the one, the only Tory Low. Brad Nortman, I live from the Majestic in Brookfield. Kyle, Tory, Chris, back at the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Studios. What's going on, Tory Low?
Hey, it's the Truth Community Awards is tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. We're going to be outside at the 3rd Street Market Hall. It's going to be powerful.
Tory, I think you'll love this conversation that we were having. Would you consider yourself a fan of football movies?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What fictional football movie character do you think would be great to plug and play? Could be a coach, GM, a player from a football movie. Bobby Boucher is the early leader in the clubhouse
Onto the
right
Packers.
now. Put somebody in a football movie on the 2026 Green Bay Packers.
That's tough. My favorite football movie is The Program.
I said The Program earlier. That's in your age group. So remember Alvin Mack?
Right.
Alvin Mack from The Program. Yeah.
That's the guy that made me want to play linebacker, call the ambulance and put all the kids in.
Wait. So you're telling me a movie made you want to play linebacker, not a player?
It gave me the mentality. It was a fictional mentality on how to play linebacker.
What was the mentality?
He says, kill them all and let the ambulance sort them out.
Alvin Mack.
Tory? That made you want to play linebacker?
It made me want to hit harder. Yeah, I just wanted to go out there and knock everybody out.
This makes a lot more sense now because every time we talk to Tory Lowe in the offseason, before Micah Parsons, he's just been asking for a game wrecker.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to have a game record. So I was Alvin Mack. I just loved his mentality. Then he broke his leg, and then his career was over. He couldn't even read. So.
The Program is about even people getting into the
pour one out for Alvin Mack.
That's hilarious.
Have you seen The Replacements? Remember the Titans?
I like
Varsity Blues.
I like Varsity Blues. I even like Rudy. I
don't want Rudy on our
could Rudy sniff up any playing time on this Green Bay Packers? Yeah, on D-line, because he was a D-lineman, right? Would he be able to beat out Lucas Van Ness?
I mean, I don't know if he would be able to get a sack or a tackle. I don't know. Rudy was.
That sounds a lot like.
He was very unique.
That sounds a lot like Rashawn Gary post Halloween.
Oh, okay. Well, then Rashawn Gary. I wouldn't say he was bad as Rudy. I mean, he can stop the run. He can, he got a little power a little bit, but Rudy was inspirational. But okay, it was another football movie that I believe that they went under the radar.
What is that one?
Radio.
Oh, right.
Oh, my God.
Don't tell me you on radio on this, Russ. Don't tell me you on radio.
I mean, we basically had radio is basically helping Matt LaFleur the last couple years in time management.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
Wow, he's already had a hard enough week.
For real, though, the man gave him his career, and that's what you're doing.
That's crazy. Radio.
Man.
Ben is ruthless.
What were the decisions that were made by Rich Bisaccia and Matt LaFleur? Smart?
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying comparing them to
Maybe radio would
radio.
have been an improvement. I don't know.
Tori,
I'm not saying. I'm just saying, Tori. You said it.
Tori, you saying Alvin Mack? Are you saying that this Packer team needs toughness?
I mean, I think that when Micah Parsons came, but unfortunately, something happened to his leg, so his Achilles tendon, like Alvin Mack. So
Whoa, no,
Whoa. We don't say that A word around here.
So maybe we did have Alvin Mack.
Oh, don't say that. You said Alvin Mack, his career ended and he couldn't read.
No. I'm talking about as far as the toughness. I'm talking.
So you're
put
saying
that on
now
Micah
you're saying
Parsons.
Micah Parsons should have been playing through an ACL injury.
No, what I'm saying is we got a guy that had the right mentality. Kill them all, let the ambulance sort him out. But then he got an injury and he'll be back. So we'll have that mentality, and I'm looking forward to the Packers playing a full season with healthy starters to see what it looks like. Now,
you can't guarantee a full season of healthy starters because it is the NFL. But I'm hoping, and I don't use the word hope a lot, that we can see the main pieces and two really key contributors like Tucker Kraft and Micah Parsons not go down because they were both instrumental to both sides of their respective sides of the ball.
I agree. That's what I meant to say.
Well, as we went through this exercise, Tori, a lot of people said, we said Bobby Boucher, as Ben said, that was the leader in the clubhouse. Coach Herman Boone from Remember the Titans. Right. That brings a toughness.
We got another movie that y'all ain't talking about.
What movie is that?
Any Given Sunday.
No, we talked about Waterboy, Bobby Boucher.
But I'm talking about the coach.
Oh, yeah. The coach seemed a little bit off a little bit.
I don't think that's an upgrade over
Mr. Coach Klein looks. Mr. Coach Klein feels like Matty Mouse already.
He was going through it. He was going through
he's more of a mental case.
Mr. Coach Klein said it could. Mr. Coach Klein said it could.
And then you can do it.
That's hilarious.
Mud Dog's going to win 30-28. Oh, wow. That's what it's going to be.
That was, and when we talk about those movies, like I said, I watched those movies because I was a football person. So, like I said, it was. I think it was a one football movie where
Tory's running around out there. Don't be talking about my mama.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, that's Any Given Sunday. I saw that when I was 10 years old. Tory, that movie.
Jamie
You remember that movie?
Any Given Sunday, yes.
My name is Willie.
Willie Beeman. Willie Beeman.
The ladies love me because I ain't fiending.
And LL Cool J and Jamie Foxx got into a fight.
They sure did.
On the set.
Oh, that's right.
So that was a good movie, too.
Wait, on the set or they got into a fight?
In real life. Yeah.
Oh, for real? Because they got into a fight in the movie?
About it.
Oh, wow. I thought it was just a movie thing.
Egos got in the way. Really, Jamie Foxx was the rising star. LL Cool J had a, he wanted the big role, but Jamie Foxx got it. So I guess they had a little battle.
Well, they did a good job showing it. How about that
backstage,
speech?
Yeah.
Was that speech the greatest speech you've ever heard in a movie? Inch by inch, mile, or
Al Pacino.
I mean, it was decent. It was decent.
Decent?
Oh, he forgot. Tory don't remember the speech.
You're talking about Al Pacino.
Yeah.
It was good.
Good.
It was good. It was good.
NFL players were playing in the locker room before they got ready to go win or lose in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Tory, that my Panthers team, Mike Tolbert, who was a running back / fullback for our team, he walked around in a water bottle, asked if guys want smelling salts. Sometimes he would just puff it in your face and give it to you if you wanted it, even if you didn't want it. But he'd always play 10 minutes before kickoff, before we took the field. Everyone would get quiet. Right before the team prayer, he would put on a speaker and he would play that Al Pacino speech. It still gives me chills to this day because it puts me in those shoes of being like 10 minutes from kickoff, get ready to play a game.
Yeah, that music in the background. Oh, my gosh.
It's so good.
Brad, I used to play that as well before I went to go suck in college. But it had me thinking I was ready to go. 3 minutes. That's it to the biggest battle of our professional lives.
Well, you know what motivated me and this.
I mean, a lot of things seem to
Alvin Mack.
Well, the Lord's Prayer. They used to say that.
Oh yeah.
Day by day.
Yep.
We get better and better.
We used to pray that before every game.
I love that.
That'll get you going, Tori.
Yeah.
I love that.
You were a deacon. You start bringing that into the church?
I was a deacon in church when I was playing football. So I was the spiritual leader. I was the one that was praying for people and telling them, motivating them, and keeping them encouraged.
Tim Tebow.
Yeah, well, not
That's
quite
right.
like Tim Tebow.
I mean, Tim Tebow, he was praying.
I think Tim Tebow was
up.
making everybody do a knee.
He was.
I didn't do the knee circle.
Well, I mean, Grant, Tim Tebow was. I mean, no shot at you, Tori, but you
Heisman Trophy winner.
You ain't no Tim Tebow.
Two-time national champion.
God bless Tim Tebow. I like
God
Tim Tebow.
bless Tim Tebow.
I was rooting for Tim Tebow.
Huh?
I hope that they make a movie about him.
I don't know. The movie doesn't. I want the movie.
There would be a lot of drama.
Well, slow down now, Tori, because now you brought up what we talked about as well.
Here we go.
Which documentary would you want to see of a Wisconsin sports team? I suggested they make one of both Goody, Mark Murphy, LaFleur, Rodgers during the 19 to 22 era of the chaos of the Green Bay Packers while being really, really good, drafting Jordan Love and Rodgers winning MVPs, the drama of him going MIA and all that. Brad wants to see the summers of funds with the Milwaukee Brewers. Kyle wants the fall of the football team for the Wisconsin Badgers.
Okay,
what would you
I was
want
just
to
going to
see?
say that. Not knowing
what
that
happened.
Kyle said that.
What happened to the Badgers?
I was just finna say.
How did this happen so fast?
I would go from when they was winning the Rose Bowls, the Wisconsin Badgers with Ron Dane and all. Then you get to 20,
Brad Nortman.
Yeah, Brad. You get to 20, 25, 28. What happened? It's the rise and fall of the Wisconsin Badgers.
Rise and fall. How one
I
man.
didn't even know that you even said that.
I know.
What about a Favre documentary?
Oh, definitely it would end in Mississippi with him taking the money. But
when stealing from the poor goes wrong.
But hold on, wait a minute. I think they said that something was wrong with Favre at this point.
He has Parkinson's disease.
Send out prayers for Brett Favre.
He ain't dying. He just got Parkinson's.
Okay.
He just shaking.
I just wanted to make sure,
You know, it's bad. Bad.
Can we play out with some Tory Lowe while Brad tells us about QC Connects? Tory, that was a fantastic appearance by you today.
Hey, look, powerful.
I'll tell you what else is powerful. Powerful is what QC Kinetics can do for you. You're living with that pain in your knees, your hips, your shoulders, or your back, and you want to live a powerful life? Well, QC Kinetics will get rid of that pain for the long term. They activate your body's own natural healing power, non-surgical, drug-free, and no long-term recovery. QC Kinetics gets you living your best life, the life you always wanted to live, the life you deserve to live. And you deserve this free consultation, no obligation consultation like QC Kinetics can give you. So don't wait any longer. 2026 can and will be your year when you call QC Kinetics at this number, 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298.
Keep those clothes on, Kyle. We'll play us out with some Tory Lowe. It's Kyle Bruston-Nortman in the 414 Hour at 4.
Tory Lowe.
Because I got the Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe.
This is Kyle Bruston-Nortman.
So in my short time here, I've come to learn about these things I call them Strofe days, where he's doing something for himself, and then he just wipes his calendar, regardless of how it may affect other people.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 41, we've got delays from just before Capitol Drive down towards Burleigh. We've got more delays on the bypass heading eastbound out of the Hale interchange, pretty much all the way to about 51st Street. On the westbound side, slowing down from just before 27th all the way to 51st as well. And southbound 43, watch for backups from Keith down through the Marquette. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy and windy, a low of 25. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, breezy, flurries with a high of 34. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The Homer Hour with special guests every day from 5 to 6.
That's why I said the toughest part to me for the Packers is that the division is, I think, better than it's been.
The best 60 minutes of your day happens on the Homer Hour.
So the issue is, and I'm working on the T-shirt right now, this season is very simple.
This guy.
Got to win the damn division.
Weekday afternoons from 5 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Grab the dial Kyle, and crank it up, baby, because Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is spinning its Winning Hits collection. Over the next 3 months, you could win a share of over $1 million in prizes. On top of thousands in cash and reward play, you could win one of 3 new Ford vehicles in the grand finale drawings on March 27th. Just play with your rewards card to earn entries. Press play on the Winning Hits collection, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
The dance of sunlight on water.
Shimmering, sparkling, beautiful, hypnotic.
Houses that overlook a gorgeous body of water are the most highly desired houses in the world.
The Bellamare collection of fine jewelry features classic white diamonds, flanked and surrounded by rare and exotic blue diamonds.
Bellamare means beautiful water.
Bellamare, sunlight on water, glimmering and twinkling.
The dance is enticing.
The look is spectacular.
The impact is exciting.
Blue and white diamonds created in the heart of Mother Nature
will dance and sing on the body of a glittering, sparkling woman.
Bellamare. This blue and white beauty of sunlight on water
should be worn on the fingers,
the wrist,
the neck, and the ears
of the woman you love.
The Bellamare collection is available only at Kessler's.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is teeing up the 3rd tournament of the season with another can't-miss event and $1,000 in cash prizes up for grabs. Hey, ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Ellison, inviting you to a 2-man scramble at the iconic TPC Scottsdale, all played on Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center's spacious state-of-the-art simulator. Sign up now at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. It's just $120 per team, and teams must get their round in by February 28th. Your chance to take on TPC Scottsdale starts today at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
This is Coach Greg Gard. I've lived my whole life in Wisconsin, and I know what people here value: hard work, honesty, and looking out for one another. That's exactly how Bank CMG approaches banking. They combine hometown values with modern tools to help people make confident financial decisions. When you want a bank that understands where you're coming from, Bank CMG makes sense. Visit bankcmg.com or stop by your local branch. Let's get to work.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Yeah. Ben Brust, Brad Nortman, hang out at the Majestic in Brookfield. Get your tickets to A Road at Night, a documentary chronicling Howard Moore's journey and tragedy in a powerful story. A documentary that is tonight with a panel, tomorrow 4 p.m. with a panel that I'm on. We'll talk to you after the showing. And there's many more throughout the weekend and all of next week. All you need to know is to go to aroadatnight.com. That is aroadatnight.com. Kyle Wallace and Chris Larson hanging out at the Gruber Law offices. One call. That's all studios. And it's time now on KBN for a little pole position.
Everyone's got their opinions, but we just happen to think some are better than others. Let's hit the polls. This is Pole Position.
All right, guys, kicking off pole position here. Let's start off with one from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, our friends in the morning from 7 to 9 weekdays across 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. Who is more at fault for the Packers' special team troubles? Now recently fired special teams coordinator Rich Bisaccia, 29%, or the Packers' special teams system, 71%.
Ooh, I'm the special teams guy. Let me grab this one. I think the trend of long-term underperformance that was before Rich Bisaccia and will likely be there well after, I think it points to the organizational structure. They're not prioritizing guys that can play special teams. I suspect that practice time, even guys like the biggest example to me is you have the best weapon on your team of Keyshawn Nixon when it comes to a returner who is an all-pro returner. That's what you signed him for. And then he says, nah, I'm not doing that anymore. I want to be CB1. And you let it happen. let him be CB1, but make him play special teams. That proves to me that the organizational structure does not prioritize special teams. If you let your biggest weapon just say, nah, I don't want to do this anymore, and then you say, okay, that's fine. It's an organizational structure. It needs to get figured out. And Kyle, you said this the other day. If you were a special teams coach, I would not want to come to Green Bay. And I think that's about as accurate as it can be.
Yeah, Brad, spot on. It's organizational failure more so than Rich Bisaccia. Rich Bisaccia was a highly touted special team coach, and he came to Green Bay, and it literally made him want to retire. That's how awful it is to be the special teams coach here in Green Bay.
Damn.
Made him. The Packers retired Rich Bisaccia.
Right,
proud
dude.
Special teams coach.
He was coming off an all-time high. He got to be the interim head coach of a team that I believe made the playoffs that year, right? And then probably even got an interview to be the head coach. Right. And then 4 years later, he's done. He's done. There's Tom Moore.
It's a young man's league.
No.
It's a young coaches league now.
No, I'm pretty sure Tom Moore may have just retired. He was the offensive coordinator for the Colts. I think he's like 88, and he just got done being like a special assistant in the NFL. These guys can coach forever. Forever. He's young. He's younger than Bill Belichick. And he retired.
Yeah, but again, I was listening to Willie and Tausch and Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. They're talking about the ages of some of these coaches that are starting to come up. And 65 is starting to get old. I mean, you mentioned Bill Belichick. I mean, it's not comparable here.
I'm telling you, there's some old coaches inside the NFL. It's special teams.
I feel like the Pittsburgh special teams guy has been there for 80,000 years.
He's been there forever. I'm telling you, he was old when I was playing. The fact that he's still there, Danny Smith.
Yeah, the fact that he's old when I was playing.
And I played a long time ago, so that was.
Well,
it is a young man's league, but you can.
Oh, did he leave?
Yeah, he's gone.
These guys don't want to leave.
Danny Crossman's there now as a special teams coach.
Oh yeah, Danny Crossman. That's it. Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Go ahead, Chris.
All right, moving on here.
You guys said
let's go to Jim, Matt, and Molly, 100.5 ESPN Madison, weekdays from 4 to 6. What's the most annoying home utility to lose? Electricity, 52%, internet, 15%, water, 28%, or heat, 6%.
Ooh.
I can tell a lot of people who don't wash their behind talking about water ain't something that you need. That is an absolute detriment.
Yeah, but you can, there's a shower at our office. You can go to a gym, dude,
you can go to somebody else's house and you
bro, you've talked about working out and going to bed after and being all sweaty.
But I shower eventually.
That's disgusting.
I shower.
And going to Sunday Karma the next day in that same gross filth.
No, I shower. Well, now you're just making stuff. But I shower.
You've admitted that.
No,
on a Saturday, you worked out or got sweaty, went to bed, and then rolled into Sunday Karma, didn't shower.
Accusations.
And I've seen the way you look on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and
handsome
ESPN Madison
in
during Sunday
sweatpants,
Karma.
handsome in a hoodie. Very handsome in a hoodie, I am.
And I can smell that stank through the visuals.
That's a lie. I put on some deodorant, spray on some spray.
You didn't say you shower. You're saying you're spraying off the guck.
Again, give me my water. Now I can deal without electricity for a couple days. We've been there, done that.
I think I'd go with water too. The inability to shower or use the restroom takes you back to savages, cavemen. I guess electricity would as well, but there's something about water is just. Not being able to shower.
Y'all haven't.
Able to go to the bathroom.
Y'all never
been able to drink it.
Y'all never been in a house before where the water wasn't working right, or when I moved into my home, the water initially, because in the bathtub or whatever, the house hadn't been used in a little bit. I had to run it for a little bit because the water wasn't the cleanest looking water at first. It had a little brown sediment. Yeah, so hell, exactly. No, it's clean. It's good now. But I'm saying dirty water is something that is you don't want. You need water. Ain't nothing worse than trying to lift up your faucet and the water not running. Oh my God!
It's electricity for me. It went out the other day, and maybe I'm prisoner of the moment. When I say the other day, there were some storms or something back 3 months ago. I was like, I watched the that's what it was. It was in that hot August, September time frame.
Oh.
And I'm praying as I'm watching on the camera for my daughter's room, the temperature go up, go up. Go up. And I was like, poor little girl, she needs the electricity.
Well, not only that, you're talking about food and refrigerator, freezer.
Oh,
that
there's a whole I wiped out the whole. I didn't have to wipe out the whole thing because it was only 4 hours, but it was 7 o'clock.
4 hours? You crying about 4 hours of no electricity? Is this a joke?
Because of my daughter.
I didn't want her to. Your daughter gonna be 4. I'm thinking this is days.
You want her to sleep? You want her to sleep in 90 degrees?
She'll be all right. Put a fan, like a little portable fan on her. She'll be all right. She'll be okay. Don't you realize people survive without electricity for a long time? The AC is something that's rather new in historical context of this world. So, like, dude, Brad, did you not think he was talking about days? You didn't think it was like 4 hours.
Yeah, I was waiting for that because you're talking about the ticking up of the thermostat. I was like, man, how long was this?
Yeah, he watched
throwing out food.
It was a long 4 hours, man.
He's talking about throwing out food. Hell, you ain't throwing out no food in 4 hours, man. Come on, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. My parents literally a couple of years ago, when it was freezing outside, they lost electricity for like 4 days. Where that was terrible because you can go into their house and you can see your breath. But then 4 hours, that's terrible. Terrible. Be better.
I may have outed myself on being a little soft.
All right,
maybe a little bit.
Moving on here to the Homer Hour, which you can hear next and every day, weekdays 5 to 6 across ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Beaver Dam. Shout out to the Beav. What's the Packers' biggest concern heading into next season? Pass defense, 37%. Consistency at quarterback, 4%. Offensive line depth, 44%. Or coaching decisions, 15%.
O-line, 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 O-line.
I want to go with the pass defense, but if you unlock the O-line, this offense is going to be one of the best in the NFL. You immediately become a Super Bowl contender.
Well, unlock's probably not the right word. If you have consistency.
Yeah. If you solve the consistency and depth of it, this team immediately becomes a Super Bowl contender. It solves so many problems.
Yeah, that O-line was just atrocious in the playoff game. The Packers were up, and they literally fell apart in the third quarter simply because of one position group not being consistent, not being able to sustain, not being able to open up running lanes, not being able to give Jordan Love time. The Packers finally adjusted in the fourth quarter, but it was just too late. And so, again, the offensive line has to be fixed. That should be a priority.
And by the way, Kyle, I've never claimed to be tough. I just want to put that on the record.
I mean, I've never claimed you to be tough. I'm just saying that's pathetic. 4 hours. I can go 4 hours without electricity. Hell, I can go 4 hours with turning everything off in the damn house. I've done it
It wasn't
before.
about me, Kyle. It was about my baby girl.
Yeah, because she was.
I treated her like a princess.
She was complaining about how hot she was.
Chris, go ahead.
Go ahead, one more. All right, let's go back to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Does Giannis talking about free agency make you think his time with the Bucks will end soon? Yes, 67%. No, 33%.
Are there really that many people that are like doubters that this is?
Oh, yes.
33%. When Chris read this, I was expecting yes, 92%. When I heard 67 to 33, come on, folks, this is over. It's okay.
It's all about the algorithms, in my opinion. If you are on the Giannis hype train, you're going to get the Giannis is staying forever in the algorithm. If you see the reports and start seeking out more of what's actually going on, you're probably going to see well, I might have to pivot if I can't win a championship in Milwaukee. I want a bite of a steak. I had a nice juicy steak when I won a championship, and if I can't get that juicy steak here, I might need to go get a juicy steak elsewhere.
Yeah, I am actually surprised of how public perception is starting to swing, because if you asked the same question 2 weeks ago, a lot of folks were bashing us and bashing Shams for trying to say that Giannis was trying to leave, and now knowing that 60+% of people have finally seen the light that Giannis is not 100% locked in with being in Milwaukee, his number one commitment is to winning another championship, I'm shocked that the poll is starting to swing. It only took a couple weeks. New polling.
New polling indeed. That's it for pole position on Kyle Bruston Nortman. I'm going to give away some pizza in a second here, but Ann in the 262. I saw a road at night last week in Madison. She's an 88 Madison grad, forever a Badger. It's an inspirational tearjerker. I'm not going to say what she said next because it's a powerful line in the movie that I want you to go see. You don't need to be a Badger fan to appreciate this movie. Get to the movie and share in the beautiful story of Howard Moore and his family. That's a roadatnight.com, as Brad and I are at the Majestic promoting how I'm part of a panel tomorrow at 4 o'clock showing. After the show, I'm sticking around to talk with all of you who go to the showing. That's at roadatnight.com at the Majestic in Brookfield. Thank you for the note, Ann, on the Carbless Talk and text line. But let's give away some pizzas. It's Frozen Pizza Friday. It is time to give away a frozen pizza prize pack. Let's go with caller number 12. Chris Larson will handle those phones, and he's going to have somebody win some great prizes from our great team at Palermo's. 800-990-3776. It is always time for Screamin' Sicilian, let me tell you. There's never a bad time for Screamin' Sicilian. And whatever the Palermo's brand you get, it's no better time than to have a frozen pizza Friday with your family. Caller 12, 800-990-3776. 800-990-ESPN. Good luck on being caller 12. You're going to have a fascinating prize with Frozen Pizza Friday and our great friends at Palermo's.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
He's my sugar daddy. Well, I need a sugar daddy. There's a wedding coming up this summer, and maybe I need the sugar daddy to be at. Oh, man.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 41, backing up from just before Capitol Drive, stretching all the way down past Burleigh, so careful with that. We've also got delays southbound 43 from North Avenue down onto the high-rise bridge in the Marquette. Westbound 94, backing up from 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound is backing up as well from 84th Street past 68th. And then we got some delays on the bypass, heading eastbound from 92nd Street all the way past Loomis. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy and windy, a low of 25. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, breezy, flurries with a high of 34. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
With Pella, you get so much more than stunning windows and doors. You get the Pella experience. Pella manufactures, sells, installs, and services every product. And with a 10-year labor warranty, your windows and doors are worry-free for years to come. If something goes wrong, we're here to handle it because you work with the same team from start to finish.
Right now, get 0% interest for up to 48 months.
Visit PellaWI.com today.
Tired of waking up exhausted? That dad bod weighing you down? Let's get you back to the old you. If your energy, focus, and drive aren't what they used to be, your hormones could be out of balance. At Mentality, we'll dig into what's really going on. Then build a personalized, science-backed plan using hormone therapy and peptide treatments to get your brain and your body back on track. So stop telling yourself you're just getting older. Book your appointment now at lowtusa.com. Right now, all new patient labs are covered in your treatment plan. That's a savings of $250. Go to lowtusa.com.
This Valentine's month, Milwaukee Weight Loss is sharing the love with $300 off during our Valentine's sale. Now through February 28th only. It's the perfect time to fall in love with the result-getting Milwaukee Weight Loss program. We know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no counting points or calories, no drugs, no surgery, and no injections with the risk of serious side effects. Whether you want to look great for Valentine's Day, an upcoming event, or just for you, you can start losing those unwanted pounds right now. No more losing weight and gaining it back. This program helps you keep the weight off for good. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Homer here. I've already lost 10 pounds since I started the journey. Now it's your time to show yourself some love with $300 off. Hurry. This Valentine's sale ends February 28th. Patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. Call 262-235-3980 now for your free consultation or MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Did you know Professional Construction Inc. has an in-house team of interior designers? We're excited to bring our expertise to you with our brand new virtual interior design program. Maybe you're not ready for a full construction project, but you are ready to refresh that outdated room. Our PCI design team creates stunning photorealistic renderings, a mood board, and a curated shopping list, all delivered to you in just days.
For all your construction and design needs,
visit professionalconstructioninc.com.
You're listening to Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
40,000 people. 40,000 people are those who said yes to QC Kinetics and are now saying thank you to QC Kinetics because their pain in their joints are gone, whatever it's from, whether it be arthritis or long-term injury, any sort of degeneration. QC Kinetics has the answer because they're the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. They operate and they use cellular therapies, non-surgical, your body's own healing power, to put it right back into that area that's causing you pain and causing you issues, and you will see the reduction in inflammation, you'll see the reduction in pain, and the increase in your life satisfaction. That is what QC Kinetics does. You could be 40,001 as far as satisfied customers are concerned. You owe it to yourself to get this opinion because all the other options that are out there might not be for you. QC Kinetics is always willing to give you that free diagnosis, that free consultation, zero obligation. But I'll just tell you, most people that have it, they say, you know what? I want to get started right away. I want this to be part of my story in my life. So I want that to be you as well. Call QC Kinetics today for your free consultation. 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298.
Ben Bruss, Brad Nortman, live from the Majestic in Brookfield. Get your tickets for Howard Moore's documentary now showing in the Milwaukee area at aroadatnight.com. Kyle and Chris are hanging out at the Gruber Law offices. One Call That's All Studios. Time now to hear more Chris.
All right, guys, let's go with a few tidbits here from around the sports world. Start off here with your Milwaukee Bucks. The second half of the Milwaukee Bucks season begins tonight down in the Big Easy against the New Orleans Pelicans. Giannis not expected to play. What are your expectations for the Deer in the second half of the season? What do you want to see from this squad? I mean, they're obviously not going to win a championship the way they played and the way they've showed most likely. So do you even want them to make the playoffs at this point, even though they're just going to lose probably in the first round anyway, even if they get into the play-in tournament and don't make it? Do you want to see some kind of postseason action from the Milwaukee Bucks?
Take it, Kyle.
Hell no! I don't know what they doing. Whatever fines they trying to do for tanking won't kick in until next week. Tank, baby, tank. There's no fun in losing in the first round. You know how I know, fellas? It's because we've done it year after year after year. So I'll pass on losing in the first round. Give me that low pick. Give me a new star. Give me somebody to maybe try to convince Giannis to stay, or give me somebody that's going to allow for us to start our new phase post Giannis Antetokounmpo. So lose, baby, lose. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, the only postseason action I want to see is that lottery. That's what I want to see. I want to see the Bucks nice and high on their representative, standing behind their podium, and to see them get a top pick as far as possible. It's a transformative draft. Whether Giannis stays or goes, he's most likely going to go. You want his pick to be as high as possible for either trading bait or finding that next young star in a transformative draft. As Kyle said, trying to figure out ways to curb tanking, and we'll kick in until next year. This might be your only chance to do it. Please, Bucks, please think about the future and think about how you can situate yourself for that draft lottery.
You know, typically Kyle and I are very different in our opinions, but I think he speaks for me when it comes to what the Milwaukee Bucks should do. So good job, Kyle.
I should be speaking for you
Chris?
more often.
Hey, no, take it easy now.
All right, let's move on to the gridiron here. SI.com recently listed the one move that every NFC North team should make this offseason.
Bobby Boucher!
For the Packers, it was re-signing left tackle Rasheed Walker. They write, it would be surprising if Rasheed Walker hits the open market once free agency begins next month. The team rarely lets go of quality tackles, especially ones at age 26 who block as well as he does in the passing game. It took Green Bay some time to figure out what it truly had in the 2022 7th-round pick, but Walker kept improving and making the most of his opportunities, turning into a 3-year starter after only playing in one game as a rookie. If the Packers can lock down Walker before free agency, they can tend to return their attention to many of the top in-house free agents, such as Quay Walker and Romeo Doubs. Would that be your one move?
Is SI still in business after this article?
Apparently they are.
That's a crazy take. I mean, it would be an admission that you completely whiffed on Jordan Morgan, right? And it would be, and I don't think Goody's in that business. I think he wants to give his first-round draft picks a shot. And why would you pay top right tackle dollar as well as, left tackle dollar as well as right tackle Zach Tom for Rasheed Walker, who's a good player, but you're not going to pay him that kind of money.
That's why they drafted Jordan Morgan. He better be freaking good at left tackle.
Yeah, this is what happens when you let AI start writing articles. They just go based off of, yes, has Rasheed Walker been
a serviceable guy at left tackle?
Yes.
Absolutely. Is Rasheed Walker going to get paid? Absolutely. But it won't be from the Packers. Like Brad said, they drafted a guy in the first round 2 years ago who was a left tackle. You think they're going to pay Rasheed Walker $18 to $22 million a year to be a left tackle? Heck, this was bad, baby, bad. But you know what I want to do, though? I'm actually thinking that we need to sign Kingsley Enagbare. That's the one player that I believe they should make a priority to bring back. He shouldn't cost you too much money. I mean, he's going to cost some, but he shouldn't cost you an arm and a leg and let everybody else walk. I love me some Romeo Dobbs, but he's going to cost you $15 to $25 million a year. Probably $20 million a year. Can't afford to pay him that, especially what you have on his roster. But Rasheed Walker, unless he's getting paid $10 million a year, heck, he ain't staying.
And one thing I would do actually has nothing to do with the free agents, and maybe this is an obvious one, but it's one I want to make sure gets done. I would extend Tucker Kraft, and that might seem obvious, but some teams might wait to see how he comes back from the knee. This might be an opportunity to get him actually a discount. You're probably going to have to pay him top 3 tight end money. Maybe he would take somewhere between 5, 6, 7 coming off an injury. I don't know. So I think
you got to play the game at least and try.
For sure, and he might just take that. So extend Tucker Kraft and maybe get a little bit of a discount from him coming off of injury. That would be the one off-season move.
Brad, also that goes into who the hell wrote this, because you signed Rasheed Walker. What money you gonna have left over to get anybody else?
Yeah. You say goodbye to free agency.
This is dumb in a lot of levels.
Just to go over the other NFC North moves they had for each team. For the Chicago Bears, it was trade DJ Moore. For the Lions, it was trade for edge rusher Max Crosby.
Ooh.
And for the Vikings, it was sign quarterback Malik Willis.
Oh
my God.
That would be so spicy.
Oh my
Malik
God.
Willis to the Vikings.
I don't like that.
I don't like that either. I guess I thought about all those opportunities for him to go to Pittsburgh or Miami. I never thought about him going to Minnesota.
That'd be very interesting, because I don't know if Malik Willis is going to win a Super Bowl. But
well, that was one of the questions we had in poll position we didn't get to from the Homer Hour yesterday. Was Homer asked, as a Packers fan, who would you rather face as the Minnesota Vikings quarterback, Aaron Rodgers or Malik Willis?
Aaron Rodgers. He can't move.
Did you not poll that?
We pulled it yesterday on the show, but we didn't put it in poll. It was in poll position, but we didn't.
What was the results?
Let me bring up the results real quick.
Yeah, I would say Aaron Rodgers. Put some pressure on that old man.
And absolutely.
I remember
64% Aaron Rodgers, 36% for Malik Willis.
Who you'd rather have as the Vikings quarterback?
Yeah, who would you rather face? As a Packers fan, who would you rather face as the Vikings quarterback next season, Rodgers or Malik Willis?
Rodgers.
I mean, he's only getting older.
I know.
He's only getting older.
And I just, how many times have the Packers faced quarterbacks that had a level of mobility, they can't contain him? I could see Malik Willis rushing for 75 yards and just gashing the Packers.
And they have plenty of weapons.
Plenty of weapons.
I do one more here. The San Francisco 49ers will play 2 international games during the 2026 NFL season, a Week 1 matchup against the Rams in Melbourne, Australia, and a December home game in Mexico City. Marks the first time the franchise will play 2 international games in the same season, adding over 38,000 miles of travel. How would you feel if the Packers played 2 international games, and could you see them doing that in the future?
Brad, I'll let you take this one.
I think the future, the owners have not been shy about it. They want every single team to play internationally every single season. So you're talking about at least 16 games.
Well, maybe not the Packers. I feel like the Packers were the last team to play the London game.
They were one of the last teams to ever play anything international. So I think that that's the thing, though. The San Francisco, I would have thought that they would have been a team that they want to stay home because they're a big draw. But this is where it's going. They want it to be a global sport. There's a lot of theories why Bad Bunny was the halftime performer, but they want a global reach. So,
wait, I thought a Mexico game was announced.
Yes,
to the Niners.
That's the Niners.
Okay,
They're doing Australia and Mexico. Melbourne.
City,
that is a long way to go play a game. That I would not be happy about.
That's crazy from an expansion standpoint.
If you're talking about South America, even London's doable, but man, Melbourne, Australia is crazy. So this is where it's headed, and I would not want to be on the team that plays 2. To 1, you can figure that out. 2, that sounds a little bit criminal to the from the NFL.
They'd have to have another bye and another week of game, like another game added and another week added from a bye standpoint.
You'd have to.
Crazy.
They're kind of spreading it out, though, too, because the first game is the week 1 of the season, and the next one was until December, so you got a couple months, I guess, in between to, like, get your body kind of reacclimated, I guess.
I guess.
I guess
late in the
Mexico
season,
City,
is that a great idea to be flying to anywhere across the country? I mean, they stopped those games, I feel like, decently early.
Yeah, and I was going to say, Mexico City at least isn't that far for San Francisco, but it's crazy elevation in Mexico City. So you're talking about being put in another interesting position. That Melbourne one, woof. Luckily it's week 1, because if you were going to sandwich that'd be near impossible.
Oof. Melbourne. How far is Australia on the flight?
Like 18 hours?
Something like that. It's crazy.
I'll pass out.
You almost already did on your last flight.
What do you mean? Dude, I fainted. What do you mean? Almost.
Oh, you did pass out?
Yeah, what you mean? I definitely wouldn't make it 18 hours.
Yeah.
Actually,
a long time
from
mentally.
Milwaukee, from Milwaukee, it's actually 20 to 25 hours.
From Milwaukee? So
Milwaukee,
probably 18 is probably about right. That's a long way. That's a day.
That's including
bingo, table games, sports book, drink specials, kiosks, all the fun that you could have at Potawatomi Sportsbook, and catch a game this second half of the season for the Milwaukee Bucks. Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, wrapping up the show before the Homer Hour. Coming up next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Here's the worst thing that happened about Brad Nortman producing Kyle Bruston Nortman, and is Kyle, you know what's going to happen? He's going to have so much like softness in his heart for producers.
I lost the guy.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Yeah, coaching matters a lot, and we've fallen short. Those are the facts. Matt LaFleur's on the clock, man. And I know he got an extension, but I'll say this. If they revert and don't get better, you're evaluated on your results.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody knows, it's championship or bust. That is what Green Bay is. And unfortunately, we've had 15 years of bust.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Imagine working with a contractor that quits halfway through a project, or never calls you back when you have questions, or worse, takes your money and you never see them again. Unfortunately, we hear about them all the time. Hi, this is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, and Siding Unlimited is absolutely not that company. Siding Unlimited has been doing business for 32 years, proving to be an honest, ethical, and forthright company. If you're looking for the honest guys for your next siding, windows, roofing, and doors project, stop by sidingunlimited.com today.
Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Screaming Sicilian, more is amore. Amore, pepperoni, amore, mozzarella, amore. Screaming Sicilian,
Screaming Sicilian frozen pizza. More toppings, more flavor. More is amore.
You've already put in the work. Now there's a way to make it count towards your degree. At Lakeland University, your work and life experience can earn you college credit, helping you finish faster, saving time and money. With flexible evening and online classes, plus multiple start dates, Lakeland fits your life. Study 100% online at one of our 6 locations across Wisconsin or on our residential campus in Sheboygan County. Customize your degree to fit your life, your goals, your future, without missing the moments that matter, at work or at home. Your experience matters here. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
Many wins. Many wins. Waiting at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. This February, you could break the bank and get down with a share of $300,000 in prizes. Bust out your rewards card and play to earn entries. It all goes down with Thursday drawings. Break the bank. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Tax refund season is here, but at Cunis, you don't need your tax refund to get a great ride. Right now, during the Cunis Keep Your Refund event, you don't have to spend your tax refund to drive something you'll love. Why? Because Cunis has added a huge selection of over 1,200 affordable pre-owned vehicles available right now across 3 Milwaukee area locations. That's Oak Creek Buick GMC, Greenfield Buick GMC, and Hope Chevrolet. Cars, trucks, and SUVs, all makes and models, and all price to fit your budget so you can hang on to your refund for the things that matter most. Pay down bills, take a trip, start a project, spend your refund how you want. With over 1,200 affordable vehicles, chances are the perfect one is waiting for you without touching your tax refund. Shop Cunis Oak Creek Buick GMC, Greenfield Buick GMC, and Hope Chevrolet today. The Keep Your Refund event, only at Cunis. Start your search at CunisMKE.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Wrapping up Kyle Bruston Nortman before the Homer Hour on this Friday. Ben Brust and Brad Nortman live from the Majestic in Brookfield. Go to aroadatnight.com so you can support the Howard Moore documentary and buy some tickets at the Majestic. It's a great documentary. I'll be on a panel for the 4 p.m. showing tomorrow in Brookfield at the Majestic. So if you go to the 4 p.m. showing, myself, Brian Butch, Matt LePay will talk to you after the Howard Moore doc. That's aroadatnight.com. Kyle Wallace, Chris Larson, and Homer are hanging out at the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Studios. And as we were discussing fictional movie characters in football movies that could be on the 2026 Green Bay Packers, Brad, what's your takeaway?
Yeah, it makes me feel worse about the state of the Green Bay Packers, Ben. I mean, think about it. We brought up a hard-hitting, tough linebacker because you need more playmakers on defense, a free safety who could actually turn the ball over, playmakers like Boobie Miles and Nelly that from the longest yard that Kyle put out there, tough coaches that can motivate and hold people accountable. Feels like we need to remake the entire Green Bay Packer organization from the top down. At least there wasn't like a too many quarterbacks thrown out there. I know Willie Beeman maybe was thrown out there, but we're not throwing out
none that we take over.
None
Jordan.
Serious, right? Willie Beeman, Shane Falco. We don't want Jordan Love replaced. That's at least the one thing. But man, we're looking for toughness, coaching, direction, accountability. Made me feel worse about the state of the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah,
Packer.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing is that we know what we're missing, and the Green Bay Packers are most certainly missing somebody who can be a tone setter, somebody who can be aggressive, and that's why moving on from Quay Walker is something that I'm not mad about. We move on from Quay, I'm okay with that because at the end of the day, Quay Walker was a good linebacker, but more importantly, Quay Walker is a replaceable linebacker. How many games did he make a difference? What big time? I don't think this season. I think last year he had a big interception, but how many times did he make a big play on fourth down? How many times did he force a turnover to turn the momentum? That's just not what he did. Is he a good linebacker? Yeah, but he's a guy that you can easily replace.
It's an interesting point you brought about Quay. Was it 2 years ago that he had the pick six against the Bears? It was. It was the opening game.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 3 years ago.
I think that was 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a long time ago.
How many plays stick out from Quay Walker where you're like, wow.
I feel like I've watched Quay Walker for 4 years and Edgerrin Cooper for basically a year and a half, and I can think of more plays from Edgerrin Cooper as far as difference-making, game-changing plays than Quay did. Now,
Homer's there, he was big on the Cooper train.
Cooper, as you would say.
Yes. And what did you think of year 2 of Cooper?
Huge disappointment. He didn't do. He had moments, but. In general, he didn't.
Did his role seem different because you had Micah Parsons, so you didn't need to bring him?
No, I don't care. It doesn't matter what your role is. When you're good, you're good.
Yeah, I get it.
And he wasn't. He wasn't special.
My next question, Homer, would be what I love is the sit dog of the game in the postgame show. Who's the most consistent dog for the Green Bay Packers?
Tucker Kraft until he got hurt.
So I mean, he can't be consistent if you ain't playing.
Well,
I need somebody to play all 17 games, 18, I guess.
I didn't know that was the standard.
Well, that's my standard.
It's not a good standard.
Well, he only played half the game. He didn't play half the game.
If you mess up and get injured, that's one thing. If you're just unlucky and you get hurt,
But you said most consistent. I'm not saying it's. I'm not saying that.
Oh, just so he has to play every game.
It's great to be consistent in the games that you play, but I'll give me a guy who played all season. I guess that's my whole point. Is that the most consistent guy you think is the guy who only played?
Without a doubt, is the punter. Punter.
That's true. It is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Proving how insignificant the punter is. You know, it's funny.
I saw that coming from a mile away.
It's funny how the punter. Help me on this one, punter. The punter was so huge for Seattle, right?
Yes.
Punter for the Packers was better. How come their record wasn't as good as Seattle's if that punting is so important?
Well, Seattle in that Super Bowl game specifically was very important. And Seattle has a great punter. He's been all-pro before, Michael Dixon,
right,
for the
I know.
Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, and
when he was all-pro, did they win the Super Bowl?
No.
The Packers had the greatest punter, right?
He
Right?
was very
This year.
good. He was top 5 punter this year.
I think he was top 1, wasn't he?
Well, top in gross, yes. I don't know where he was in
And
net.
how far did it take him?
To the playoffs.
Took him to the playoffs, Homer.
Just okay. Just
Wasn't his fault in the playoff game.
Dog of the game. Dog of the year for the Green Bay Packers.
Daniel Whalen. Stamp that.
Unbelievable. I love how much Homer hates punters.
Yeah, Homer, I'm going to convert you, pal.
Punters.
Fellas, really quickly, just so you know, Quay Walker didn't force a fumble this year, recover a fumble, or have an interception this year.
Did not.
He had
basically in the
zero.
Yeah, he's a tackle guy and cleans stuff up.
Who did you guys
but
vote?
Most consistent player?
Yeah, no.
We didn't actually talk about it, but we might have to on Monday.
Yeah, maybe that's a Monday thing. Tease it. I'll have
coming
mine
up
by Monday.
You know what the answer is?
The punter.
No one.
Oh, wow. Not even a punter anymore.
No, Homer hour in 2 minutes.
We've got this problem on 894 eastbound, right at the ramp from